Hello, everyone. Good to see you. How are we doing?
Hello.
Welcome out.
Doing all right. Good.
Good.
Yeah.
I think Shayne might still be AFK, but that's fine. We'll just get started. What
are you talking?
Huh?
He's right there.
He's right there, my guy. He's right there.
Why is it flipped there?
He's right there.
Hold on. Let me move like
Getting
this.
old is such a burden.
No, it's because I'm looking at the thing on Discord. I don't on the
There we
stream.
go. I also couldn't talk. My microphone broke.
Why is it showing
Oh
you?
no.
Can you not see me?
No, I
can
can.
see
It's Discord. Hold on one sec.
Whoa.
Oh, no, I think I've got to just leave the call and come back in. One sec.
Oh, brother.
Straight up declared you weren't here.
Yeah, that was
Does this mean I could just go?
Up.
Yeah,
Okay, let's see if this
It's
fixed
like
it.
class. You can just leave.
There you go, that fixed it. It's because it was putting you after Sam for some reason, even though your name comes sooner in the alphabet. But we're good now. Hello, welcome out everybody to episode 47 of Sunforged. We are one down today. Sam is here. He's just off cam. But we are one down today. OG couldn't make it in the end. So we're going to play on without as we get into a new kind of town, a new kind of hub, I should say, of quests and fortune to be found. If it is your first time here and you're watching for the first time, there are recaps and whatnot. Otherwise, see if you like the show and join us on a long journey. This does go on for a long, long time. We're only 1 year in, and I imagine this goes on for another 2 and a bit years. So,
Hello.
Welcome in, Sam.
What the fuck is funny, Bree?
Nothing.
What the hell?
Share with the class.
You just sounded really
It's a
happy.
perfectly normal time to
You
say
sounded like
hello.
you were about to break out into like a Broadway
You sung it,
song.
Yeah, well,
Like,
now I'm
"Oh."
not. Now I'm
Do you have, like-
miserable.
Do you have something fun to say, Sam?
No.
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Don't
Sam,
have
tell
anything
us.
fun to say,
This is the point where I ask the question. Does anyone have anything they want to shout out? Let's hear it, Sam. Come on, Sam.
Yeah. What's the thing? What's the big thing that was so exciting that you popped in with such?
Come on, champ.
I just said hello.
You gotta have something, sport. Come on.
Call me
Were you about
sport
to
one
say-
more fucking time.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Was that where you were going?
My
Right.
ragtime gal.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. That was actually a hint to his next character he's playing next campaign. Does anyone
Yes.
else have anything they want to shout out, or should we just play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Wait, are you killing me today? That was ominous.
No, I said next campaign.
Oh, I
The
see.
chance is always there, though, dude.
Yeah,
That's true.
you gotta keep your on your
That's true.
toes. You know.
I always
I
play
can't do
with
that, Bree.
one backup character in the back of my head.
My
That's
character's
smart.
blind. I can't be keeping an eye on anything.
Well,
Well,
you
then
have,
fucking smell for it, man.
you have,
I don't know.
you have mini
Sniff.
Daredevil
Just think
vision,
of
dude. Okay.
Sniff check.
Perception or smell.
Also, I think keep an eye on your toes is like the brew combination of two
keep an
phrasings
eye-
that just doesn't work.
Why you gotta draw attention to it? No one noticed it.
Keep
until
an
now
eye
you're
on your
pointing it
toes.
out.
You never know what might happen.
Keep
So
them
no
toes-
shout outs. Okay.
No. Yeah, no.
Alright.
Nothing happens,
No
man.
matter how much you try and force one on me, it shall not happen.
All right. Okay. All right, coward. Let's.
Any
let's-
shout, Shayne?
Um,
Me?
Come on.
I
got
I
this
saw you
full
try and shove
Shaggy
me out.
shirt.
I saw
You
you
see
give me a
this?
little shove when Joe called me out.
I
Come
dressed
on
up
up.
as Shaggy for Halloween,
Look at you.
Ah, that's good. It's good.
but the shirt's
Boinks.
really comfy, so I'm gonna keep it.
Let's hear the voice.
Nice.
I didn't do a voice.
Your voice.
Zoinks, dude.
Yeah, there it
There you
is.
go.
Good.
Shaggy say dude? I don't think he does.
He must say, dude.
He does say dude a lot.
Surely.
I feel like he does.
Yeah.
It says man, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he
he
does
says
say
like-
man.
Yeah,
You're
he
right.
does say
Man.
man.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, you're right. He does say man.
Like Scoob.
You guys gotta learn the source material.
Well, talking of source material, let's get into tonight's episode of Dungeons and Dragons, shall we? I don't know. It was a bad segue, Shayne. Okay, man. All right. All right. Well, hey, I didn't write a recap for you guys. I know.
Oh my god.
I was going to just beforehand, but I thought, you know what, I'll do it. Unless anyone wants to do it off of memory.
Nope.
Please.
Dude, that's such a bad idea to give us the power to just kind of do whatever the fuck we want with like new people that might be watching too, to just kind of say whatever.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for stepping up to the game tomorrow. What happened last episode?
Oh,
my
boy.
God.
I'm not
It's like
doing
the
that,
largest
dude.
episode,
There's no
right?
fucking
I'll
way.
do it. Okay.
I'm not
So-
fucking doing that.
It is no rumor that last we left off.
You fucked up. Start over.
Okay, I
You
did
gotta
start
redo
over.
it.
I already did start over. Okay, I did. I literally corrected myself. All right.
Bree, that's
By the way,
brutal.
for new viewers, this is the vibe every episode.
We bring this at the
Unfortunately.
beginning, and then we chill out for a bit, and then something stupid happens in the episode, and then it gets really rancid after
Yes.
that.
100%
So-
accurate.
It is no rumor that last we left off, the Six were traveling along with their moving bastion, heading towards the town of Warmsteps. You had completed your bastion turns, had your kind of found the placement outside of the town itself where to position your camp, gone around completing any camp activities you had, and also installing ones for the next week. Along with that, you learned some things that are happening in Songrest to do with Chaos. But your main focus of coming to Warmsteps in general was to seek out the vault closest to this location, now in the Bay of Progress, a place where Desmond comes from, a place of guilds and merchants and bureaucracy. You find yourselves underneath a town that is built upon a series of discs. There are 13 in total, with a ley line going straight through the center, keeping them all hovering. And on each of these discs are small villages, built into towns themselves, some of them more populated than others, but quite a large town that goes up instead of wide. You find yourselves on the outskirts of it. With all of your camp activities being finished, it's very much the town is your oyster. You get to kind of go inside. Before you do, however, there is a moment where Vandal would come over to you, Carla, and he would say to you, Carla, my friend, I've thought about your little requesty that you gave to me about that whole crystal shenanigan. I've got the base.
and
Yes?
you got the base of it, is it?
That's right. There
Ah,
is one portion of it I need, right?
Okay.
It depends how strong you want this thing to be. Okay? Here's your chance, right? You can either give me one of two stones, and luckily we're in the area for those stones. I've narrowed it down. We can either get pale obsidian to formulate the glass, or we can get cherry stone to formulate the base. Depending on the material, it will come out a little differently. The cherry stone will make it stronger. The pale obsidian will still function exactly how you want it to, but it's probably easier to get. It's up to you.
Well, you're telling me one's gonna be. How much stronger are we talking?
I mean,
Are they gonna come alive twice? Are they gonna come alive stronger? I don't really know. what that
hard to say
means.
how it'll function when it comes out, but cherry stone is a better conduit for the magic. It will help enhance the diamonds into actually being more useful. So they might come out stronger, healthier. They might, I don't know, turn into powerful fucking beasts as they stand up. I don't really know. That's the beauty of magic item creation. Above board, rare or very rare.
Okay. If I were to get the cherry stone, I would like a confirmation that they aren't going to get turned into some kind of magical beast when I bring them back to
Right, I
bring
mean,
them back, because that isn't exactly ideal.
I was being hyperbolic. I mean, it's always going to be beneficial. You use better materials in your crafting, you're going to get better results. Unless that better material is the soul of a devil.
Has that come up
No,
before?
no.
Feels like it has, if
I
you're going to
don't
use it as an
know.
example.
I'm just-
That Joe has it. I'm inciting.
yeah, roll an insight check.
24.
Yeah, he's definitely... This is kind of a slip of the tongue moment where he's definitely had an experience like that in the past.
Well, unless the cherry stone has a devil soul inside of it, then I don't think we're going to have to worry about that.
Oh, no. Cherry stones, they find themselves... they rarely grow near lava. So, you know, it's It just means going deep down into the mountainside and finding one down there and prepared. I can try and find one in the location. You can ask around inside the town as well, see if anyone knows any location.
Okay. And just in case, the pale obsidian, where would something like that be?
Also in the caves, but probably on a much higher level. Less creatures up there. Problem with lava, right, is that it attracts the worst sort of fuckers down there. So it's likely that near cherry stone you're going to find something that wants to, well, I mean, they taste like cherry. So for creatures that are near the heat, they like it. It's kind of like a spicy cherry. So it's likely that if you find cherry stone, you're going to find something even bigger that uses it as its kind of warm-up meal.
Okay, well, I will start getting on that then. And
Sure.
well, if you hear anything about where we might find one while we're in town,
I'll do some research.
get on
'cause
that.
I'm excited to see how it comes out. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
End of conversation.
Okay.
He just turns around
Yeah.
and walks back towards his shop. But yeah, so you can basically make a choice if you want a rare or very rare version of it. Obviously, it comes with more risk the higher the quality.
Golly, gang, all I'll say is that until we get that, if anyone dies, that's it. You're gone. No more. So, that might be urgent.
Yeah.
Unless someone has a new option for reviving that I'm unaware of.
I slap your back really hard until you wake up.
Get that heart
Takes
going.
you-
Slap the devil out of the body. Yeah.
It's a known method. But yeah, you can basically, I mean, what you'll probably get out of Warmsteps is a series of different tasks you can pursue. So you can put that one up on your priority list.
Okay.
Seeking pale obsidian or cherry stone. Okay. So, 6, what would you like to do?
Carl will walk up to the others, and I think first thing he'll do is ask, do we know if we're going to need to get some kind of permits or anything like we did Marigolds to even go into this place, or...
Looks at Desmond. I don't know anything about this area, to be honest.
You came from Starclock, right? Roll. Give me just a general wisdom or charisma check. I'll give it your choice.
Cool. Oh, I don't even have the freaking game up. I just realized.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Dude,
Lock in, bro.
Fucking-
Lock the fuck in. Lock
I
in.
don't even have my physical dice with me right now. I would have done that.
Bro, did
Lock
you
in,
smoke a
bro.
Scooby snack right before stream?
You need to come back to Earth.
Come on, man.
Okay, which checks did you say?
You can do a charisma check for like general, like you would have heard word around it. Wisdom is kind of the going off of your experiences.
Wisdom.
So charisma or wisdom?
18.
Maybe it was upon leaving Starclock and kind of heading in the direction of wherever you wanted to go that it would have come up, you know, where can you go to kind of get away from everything? Where's the safest places to travel and hearing word? That kind of permit thing doesn't seem to be the case around most towns. Warmsteps doesn't seem like the place that would have anything like that, especially because the Bay of Progress is about getting as many people into your towns and cities as possible so that trade keeps flourishing. Every potential person coming into Warmsteps is probably seen as a customer, more so than a guest. So in other
Okay.
words, you're good.
I mean, it should be fine if we just mosey in. The more people that go there, the happier they are.
All right, then. I was just kind of expecting, what with how they warned us about the bureaucracy of the place, that there'd be some hoops to jump through.
Well, just don't cause trouble. And there's no
You
hoops.
know me to cause a lot of trouble.
No, not you, but some of us might.
We should talk now about avoiding getting into any more scuffles with gangs or ne'er-do-wells?
What do you mean?
Well, just that exactly. We should avoid getting in any more scuffles with gangs or ne'er-do-wells. I'm not entirely sure why I need to go into
I don't
more
think any
detail
of us
about
are
murder while we're
hoping to
here.
get into fights with. I'm not going to say ne'er-do-wells. We weren't trying to do that before.
Yeah,
We weren't
know.
going into it hoping for that situation.
but I feel like because we didn't take an opportunity like in this exact setting to talk about avoiding trouble, we got into trouble and then realized we had to navigate getting out of trouble and avoiding more trouble. And honestly, frankly, when it came to Marigold, I think we got pretty lucky to be let off the hook the way we did.
Well, I shan't shy away from someone in need.
But I think
And
that's
if-
a different situation.
What if someone runs into my blade?
10 times.
Are you walking with
10
your blade
times.
down, angled,
No,
angled kind of
but
horizontal?
Fucking Dark Souls character just great sword out in front.
Oops.
Do people normally walk into your blade?
in Marigold, the one I put in the barrel.
That one, that didn't look like much of a walk from the remains. I didn't see it happen, but
I was swinging, and he walked into the line of
you walked into the arc of your swing.
Yes.
Well, we will cross those bridges when we get to them. There's nothing we can't handle, but I mean, I think we can all agree it's a lot easier to get what we need to get done if we're not dealing with law.
Yes.
There are bridges in Warmsteps.
Another turn of phrase, like you probably have a culturally adjacent one for where you're from. Like the body is half emptied of blood.
Filled with blood. That was an interesting one, yeah.
It's
Yes.
to say, V, that we cannot plan for the future. We'll just tackle it when it happens.
But for now,
Right.
we should go into this situation planning not to make trouble for ourselves, and also, more importantly, I think, not to draw attention to or make trouble for Desmond.
I see. Well, if you want me to swing my blade, just say so.
Oh, we will. No worries about that.
If we need someone to casually and accidentally walk into your blade, we'll make it very clear.
Shall we?
Okay. Heading down towards the town itself. I should ask this beforehand. Desmond, you previously discussed putting together a costume, did you? Are you
An
disguised going in?
alias for yourself.
We decided we weren't gonna do the dragon thrower one because we wanted to stay basic, right?
Yeah, Desmond was going to create a little character.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
You're gonna create a character
Oh, brother.
Mm-hmm.
and just like attach.
Improv, baby, let's go. What's the
attach some bits and
character?
bobs onto
Right here.
yourself, right?
Yeah.
And then Shubal was gonna help make any clothes that needed to be made for this new
Yeah.
character. I believe was the conversation.
Desmond would have spent time sort of giving himself a fresh coat of paint because right now he's like black and red.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna make himself more of a silver and white.
Mm-hmm. More generic.
And this is the new. Well, should I change my voice? Maybe no accent, right? Hello. Is that good?
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
My name is Aaron.
Give me a performance check.
Yes. I'm doing it disadvantage.
Okay.
Ooh.
10.
Maybe
Tack
try
will-
a different voice.
Yeah, Tack I think will sort of like adjust his body and like, you know, like try to give some
Okay,
helpful
yeah.
pointers about, like
I would say
like little subtle things he can do to appear like a different person, I guess.
Okay. That will affect the next roll. What else are you doing, Desmond, in general?
Oh man, I guess I gotta get rid of the hat.
Oh,
I guess I'll take
man.
this off. Trench coat too. I feel naked if I take everything off. Does anybody have like a shirt,
hold on
a
for
shawl, a coat? Oh, actually, yes. Thank you.
1 minute. I'll go grab something from the workshop. Because we literally first thing that we made was cloaks,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
Although they were,
Ooh.
I'm trying to remember if we specifically said that they were nice cloaks.
They were nice, but not like they were just kind of like decent material. Maybe a lord or someone would wear one like that, but someone who's got wealth would probably wear one. They're less so like Aragorn and more so like kind of like a cloak you might wear if you just come from money and you're just kind of warming up a little bit. So you could still use it as part of a costume, or you could even dirty it up. Like it's not anything super fancy.
yeah. I think maybe Tack will show back up with one of these cloaks, one that like matches the color scheme a little bit, and we'll put it on and sort of like stand back and look. Be like, is it too
Should
clean?
I roll around in the dirt a little bit? Maybe not roll around, but maybe like scuffle, get a cloud going.
Hold on. Take it back off. I'm gonna summon up some old theater knowledge here. We'll like set it down on some rocks and take another big rock and like sort of like basically wear down, forcefully wear down certain areas and like create some sort of natural looking rips and things, and then put it back on and stand back again.
Yeah. You
Pose with this.
I would say right now with the posture change and the general disguise, you'll have a +2 to any of your kind of deception checks. Okay, you're getting a +1 for each of the portions. With a max of it going up to +5. So if there's anything else. So you didn't get the +1 from the accent.
Yeah.
He did the paint though too. Did we jot that
Oh,
down?
you did do the paint. So I'll give you a +3.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
Okay. So you get a +3 just flat to deception rolls whilst you're pretending to be this other person.
Should you walk with like a limp or something? Like, or maybe you're like really like duck-footed.
That'll bring up questions. People will be like, what happened?
True.
I need to be as normal as possible.
True. You need to just blend in.
Is Aaron like a typical model here or
Oh, it's just a name of a automaton I really like.
Aww, he did his fan of Godspeed.
Nobody here should know him.
Okay. Well, with your costume made, you have the +3. You're on the outside of Warmsteps. There are kind of buildings on the exterior, a little bit further away, because you can clearly see that if they do want to ever add any more discs, it's designed so that they can do so without damaging anything nearby. So there's a good like bit of grassland and kind of flat land around it. Also kind of flat rocks from where the name Warmsteps comes from. You would see the kind of base where the disc is actually leveled onto the ground. It's only like a step up. You can see that there are buildings all across there. Streets, almost like a crossroad heading towards the center where the Great Ley Line is, go through this portion of the village on the bottom section of it. There are guards kind of who wander around, but they've almost built the road, the long road that goes through, actually goes through the center of Warmsteps. So it becomes like a lip where they've built little staircases that go up onto it. So it's probably about, I'd say each of the discs is or the bottom one, because it's a little bit wedged into the ground, it's probably a good like 5 feet up. So there's almost like ramps and stairs that go up onto it. But just literally at the baseline of all these discs is a road that passes through the center of town. It's almost like looking at a village that you would usually pass through, but with just all of this almost sky rise above it, unnaturally kind of floating via the crystal in the middle. But the town itself is not like necessarily guarded. It doesn't have any defense in terms of there's no walls kind of separating it. But you can probably see on the second layer, that's the military quarter. You can see they've almost got a wall around that one position of the layer, and they've got towers that are kind of point outwards, ready to be defending the town itself if it ever was to come under siege. But it's very much an enterable place. Yeah.
Would Morgaine see like magic flowing through the ground like the other village place we went to, or is it like set localized at the bottom of the plate?
I would say because you're good question. You probably would see the plates as magical because they're designed in a way that is almost like leaves on a tree, with the trunk of the tree being the ley line. So you probably do see them stretched out with almost, it's not really wiring, it's more like channeled like tubes, almost like glass tubes that fill up. They almost draw in the magic from the ley line. They work like veins going through the discs.
Like veins.
Yeah, holding it up. So you'd probably see that, and you could see that kind of glow, and it's probably, it's like walking on a series of veins for you. And you can see where they've attached and created these like plate-like structure. So yeah, with your magic vision, you can kind of see how it's all structurally kept together, and it's like masterful artificer workings. It's to keep it all afloat. But no, there's no guards. I mean, there are guards on the roads, and there's you'd get you'd see the guards for the first time of House Spectre, and they are a little bit different to what you'd be used to. Their weaponry, they have these small shields that are on their arms, but they seem to fold in, and they can like fold them out and around. But you can see they've got like, on their left arms, they've got little shields on them, and then on their belts they have hand crossbows, which seem to have like an unfurled short sword embedded into it, where they could almost like flick it open and turn it into a short sword instead of a hand crossbow. So they almost look a little bit underarmed, wearing kind of like tight leather gear, and you can see each one of them has a few crystals inside of their leather cuirass that almost kind of keeps it like lighter on them. So they look comfortable as they walk around, the guards, wearing kind of this tabard showing off House Spectre. Which, for you guys who might know about the houses, if you want to know about House Spectre, go ahead and roll a history check if you know anything about the Bay houses or Lordling houses, etc. You don't have to. It's just in case anyone might be curious about the house.
Are we playing as if Indrasa is here with us? And I know OLG would be doing that role right now.
Yeah, we
personally,
can. Yeah, we
but-
can. We can do. I'll do an Indrasa roll for you on a sheet.
Would I do this roll at advantage since I
Come from the Bay? Sure.
live here?
Yes. Oh, her sheet is awful, man. It's wizard sheets take so long to load. All right, I'll do a.
Rolled a 16.
Tell me about it, dude.
Oh, did you roll it off of her?
Huh?
Oh, was that your
No,
yours
no,
16?
Me.
Okay. I don't know if you saw her roll. She got a nat 20 as well.
Which is absurd because didn't she get like 6 crits in a row last week?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's her sheet's probably broken. Downloaded a script. Desmond, you would know it as
Sounds like something she knows how to do.
yeah. I would let you change your source to charisma if you prefer, by the way, Desmond, for more of that kind of information. I forgot to say. For like charisma history, as in like, streetwise.
My int is actually higher than my charisma.
Okay, then keep that. So with Indrasta's knowledge and yours all combined, House Spectre, meaning prospect, they are kind of seen as their motto is "Tomorrow belongs to us," and their sigil is goggles with constellations in the visors, which you will see on kind of the little insignias on the guards. They are seen as kind of the they thrive in creating new things and then showing them off, and they're very much about like bringing mortals into the next future. Their kind of renowned history is around trying to bring back the Time of Stars when mortals are on top in High Loma, and seeking things that were beyond what mortals could do. They're very much focused on wanting to bring back that time again, believing that to be the height of humanity. So their guards are often, when you see them, decked out with various kind of gadgets, where they've clearly just tried to show, like, you know, this is the new age of guard for them. So even though they look kind of undergeared, it's almost a little bit modernized, with their hand crossbows and whatnot. So coming into the town itself, you would notice that you don't get stopped. People are kind of going in and out with their caravans. If anything, there's an element of too much rush when it goes through the town, where people will kind of barge past you quite rudely. There's a lot of shoulder barging where people are just trying to move on with their day to get to the next sale being made, etc. It's a lot of a rush on the baseline, especially because it's located on the long road, and it's probably kind of like it's almost like a traffic build up on the long road, because people have to pull their caravans up onto the ramp and go around the town. So, but probably by intention. So it'd be a bit of a busy town to enter, and you're kind of immediately going into a crowd of people. But you would notice early on inside the town, they've got these almost visitor boards. Like the bottom section seems to be like a tourist section, and the visitor boards show you each of the layers and what they're called, which I will show you as a map in game. So essentially, this is what they look like, which I'll show you guys. You've got these almost visitor boards that are kind of like show Warmsteps at the base. You can see that you're on the floor of Mortalum. And because most of your characters would know this anyway, each of the floors is named after a month of the year, with winter being the bottom floor and all the way up to spring at the top. But each of the floors have a kind of a different theme about them. I didn't put it on this so you don't get information dumped, but there's almost like a little information page next to them for what you're searching for and what you'd be seeking in the town. But yeah, you would see these almost boards planted around in the bottom section to help you know which of the floors you want to go to. And again, on each one of these discs is like its own village, almost. The town is built up of 13 villages. So what are you looking for?
Do we want to go first, gang?
I can give you a bit more information that you would see alongside it to see what each of the floors is.
Yeah.
Mortalum is kind of seen as a residential or tourist area. It's considered the long road layer. The one above that is military, Celera. The one above that, Paxel, is industrial. The one above that is Vigil, which is entertainment. Then up from that is Rixa, which is a guild floor, but it seems to be like a newer guild floor. Ord is residential, but it seems to be the most densely populated residential. Ven is religious, and it's kind of the temple district. Former is a shipbuilding one, all the way up on the 6th layer up the top. It seems to be like a shipbuilding and naval focused one. Harvester is agriculture, and like food and all that kind of stuff. Victorum is the merchant district. Vitalum is residential as well. Floor up near the top is old guilds and the kind of original guilds of the town. And then Fortessa is the Lord's Hall and the Council's Guild Hall.
Okay.
All depends where you want to start your search for whatever you want to look into. But
What
then
do
you'll
you
find
look into first?
You'll find shops, you'll find guilds across every single one of the floors.
Okay.
So it's entirely your oyster.
The spire itself is what Spring was talking about when she said she wants to connect to her blood. It's like family. Okay.
Okay, so we're here to find and get into the vault, right?
Yes.
Is there anything else that we're here to try and like learn about, or
We can help the lioness woman of the Glass Guild
Right.
Yes.
She might be able to help us get into the vault, maybe if we help her. But who knows? She seems like she implied that she has a lot of sway and that we should help her over helping other people.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I mean, she hasn't fucked us over yet. So
right. Yeah.
good friend to have, it feels like.
Yes. We could also sell our pearls as well to cash out some money.
It is true. I need to ask around for that cherry stone or obsidian, pale obsidian.
Yeah, that too.
I don't know. It might be a pain in the ass, but should we just kind of like
Wander through?
peep? Yeah. Just sort of try and get a vibe of like what is where and I don't know.
I mean, we did
like,
the same thing with Marigold too.
Marigold,
Like,
right?
you kind of
Yeah.
need to get
Let's
situated.
tourist.
Yeah,
Tourist time.
You could
Yeah,
definitely
we
go
want
on
to do
all-
the what would a tourist do here?
Do they
Joe?
have bus tours?
I mean, you could
Warmsteps.
And just like get off when
you could go
it's-
layer hopping. Yeah, you could go layer hopping and just kind of looking around to see what kind of general, like, what is the most substantial kind of guilds in each of the areas? What's the general vibe of each one, depending what you're looking for. So yeah, you could definitely keep going up the layers like that, and just seeing what's on each one.
Okay.
All right, is that what you want to do? You want to head towards the center and see if you can travel up?
No,
we
I
just
think
wanna
so.
get a
Yeah.
Get a
vibe.
vibe.
Okay, right in the center of town, kind of in like the town square of the first disc of the bottom layer of Mortalum, is a kind of a miniature wall and building that kind of surrounds the ley line and has its own entrances. The actual long road portion of it goes around this, and it almost has these 4 exits coming out as a crossroad. So you almost have this roundabout feeling where everyone's going around this area and kind of traveling past Warmsteps, or they go into there as well. The entrances into this building in the center around the ley line are pretty large. They're large enough to have like a footpath and then also kind of carriage path that goes through and wagons. So you could almost like line up to start walking through there. You kind of get stuck in a bit of a line as like there's a good like probably like 100 people ahead of you, slowly moving back and forth to either go home or start traveling around inside Warmsteps themselves.
Okay.
But once you start getting into the actual room itself, you can see this kind of broad hall, and it's almost their information center. You can see there's people behind desks who are kind of answering questions and whatnot. And you can see where the line turns and goes towards one of these desks. And give me general just perception checks. Let's get perception checks across the board.
23.
Yours will be different, Morgan.
9
Okay.
12.
You want us to roll it though?
perceptive.
Yeah. Roll perception.
Okay.
It might just be going on down each person's one. Tack and V in particular, and even Morgan, it's hard to really see what's going on, especially because for you, Morgan, you're distracted by probably the amount of noise. This is like huge crowds of people. And for you, V and Tack, same thing. You and Desmond with the 3. You guys are kind of probably quite overwhelmed by the amount of traffic.
Loud.
Sorry.
Didn't have to get
There's a lot of traffic in this area, right? There's a lot of people who are kind of pushing into each other. It's hard to focus. But what you would notice, Carlisle, being quite perceptive yourself and looking around, is you notice that the only people who are going into the center of the ley line area are going through these doorways, and they're wearing gloves. And you can see as they walk in, they go and disappear into the ley line itself. And you can see over to the side where the kind of queue is turning to, and like when you guys are getting pushed around as people are going towards wherever they want to go, you can see this information desk is talking to the people and then handing out gloves to anyone coming through, who then head into the line up for the actual ley line. So you can see you can join one of those queues. You can go straight for the ley line yourself if you like. It is up to you.
Looks like everyone that's taking the way up is getting those gloves over there, so we should probably stay in line.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay.
You would find yourself like pushing to one of the lines, and you can hear as you kind of get closer to the front. There's a dwarf behind this desk. He's kind of got like a tightened beard around it, a series of these rings in his kind of goatee that depict the guild he's in, which seem to be the Guild of Travels. And he sits there as he's kind of just going through some documentation, or someone goes, "All right, next."
Walks up.
Okay. How many do you need?
6.
6. Okay. What species is everyone? Do we need to give any specific ones?
What is this?
Well, these are ley travels. They allow you to go up and down the ley line. This is your first time here.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, it's quite simple. He puts a glove on. You can see he's almost doing this like an air hostess. He's kind of done this instruction to me. He goes, "You put it on your palm. We have different ones for all different beings. When you go into the lane line, step in there, take a deep breath before you do. If you breathe, clench your fist to go down, open your palm to go up. The harder you clench, the faster you go down. The more you kind of poke your hand upwards, the faster you go up. You kind of want to keep relaxed and take it slow. If you're moving up the layers, just move your hand slightly, move up slowly, and then when you get to the layer you want, just lean forward and climb off. Whatever you do, do not go into the ley line and immediately clench your fist into a ball."
What will happen?
Well, we do have safety nets and parameters there to fish you out, but you will come up with some nasty burns. Beneath the ley lines are extreme thermal hotspots, and you'll descend straight down into them. So just be cautious if you go in there. It's a very simple procedure. If you have any special requests for your hands, or if you're missing any, we can provide any attachments or anything to help with it.
Is there any risk of colliding with someone coming down at the same time as you're going up?
No. These help avoid you. The feeling will feel quite strange. You will travel across the ley line without colliding. That's very rare.
Okay.
Question, not in character. Does it seem clear that like the thermal vent situation at the bottom is what is propelling the ley line vertical here, or is it like?
You'd have to get closer and like look down into the ley line and stuff to see what the deal is.
Interesting.
But there's a risk of it, but it's, I mean, in the time I've done this, it's less than a handful.
Are there options if you are unable to use these, or? Yes.
It's just mostly to manifest itself. We have all variations. A glove is just probably the easiest to explain for people. It's if you need any other material, if you have no use of your hands or anything, we have other things you can use instead. We have a jawline one where you clench your jaw or you loosen it. We have ones with your eyes, etc. But those are slightly more expensive because it's a rental that you're renting off of us.
Right. All right. Yeah.
Okay. Any special requests? Any need?
Yes, I have gestures at claws. Giant claws.
No.
Large mitts.
These just gets like one which has like room for clawed hands. Yes, the Dragonborn one should fit yours pretty well. They slot on there very loose.
Fucking those baseball foam gloves. And just put one of those on you.
Exactly.
Yay!
Yay!
They fold up quite well. You can put them in your pocket and whatnot. You are responsible with them. You put a down payment of 50 gold per glove. Unless you plan on moving here, in which case we do have it comes with part of the residential.
All right, well, here you go. Carlisle will hand over the gold for his gloves, or glove.
Puts it across. Okay. You will be given your gold back once you return the glove.
I give gold.
Okay.
Take glove.
50 gold, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just a deposit.
Refundable.
Okay.
Okay. He hands out these gloves to each person, giving one to fit each of your hands. You get like a larger Dragonborn one, which you'd have to tuck any kind of like fur on your claws down into, but it would fit. It's just kind of a little bit uncomfortable, but it would definitely fit. It's got the room for the claws.
Yeah.
Okay. And like I said, you could just go queue up there, walk through the doorway, and you just step in there. It's you'll be safe. Have a hand in this position when you step in there if you're looking to go up.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Of course. Next! Moves you guys on immediately and starts going through to the next people.
Is this normal? Are there other towns like this?
Oh, I've never seen anything like this before.
Not that I know of.
No.
Well, as far as things we have to do to get into a town, it's better than forging permits in, so I'll take this any day of the week.
Joe, did he say there's a queue to get to the ley line as well?
Yeah, only small one though. It seems like people are pretty efficiently moving through. You can almost see where the slower, like newer people coming to the town queues are, and you can avoid those if you want. But yeah, you'd get there within a minute. People just stepping in and disappearing up.
I feel like I'd be really watching what people are doing when they get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, do an insight check.
Okay. A 21.
21, you can see people kind of go in with this almost like hand at like a very leveled kind of midway point as they step in, and you can just see they almost disappear into the ley line itself.
Okay.
And then you could also, I'll say with 21 as well, you'd also see like kids winding their parents up by walking over and like kind of clenching their fist and gonna stab their hands out. And you'd see some people who are like quite impatient go straight in there with like a flat arm up and just disappear straight into it. But, yeah, it seems like the more comfortable.
Are the gloves
people.
magical?
Yes, yeah, you'd see they're all enchanted. Yeah.
So I'd be seeing the shape of people's hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd see a series of just hands ahead of you. Specifically, it's because it's one hand. It's a series of one hands just in a queue ahead of you, and they disappear into. When you actually get into the queue for the ley line, you see the ley line is probably the most potent amount of magic you've seen, Morgaine. All in one place. It's almost blinding how strong it is when you're close to it. Yeah, it's this kind of just pure burst of magic coming from the ground itself. And it seems to go through series of different colors because this is kind of a source of magic itself. It's white, it's red, it's gold, it's brown. It just goes through all these different kind of spectrums. So it's beautiful to look at, but it's almost like being up close to a bright light, like a flashlight. So with you guys, it's okay.
Doesn't feel safe to me.
Well, that's why I was asking if there was any risk of colliding with someone. That seems very bad to me, but it seems like, I mean, if everyone is using this and there's not seems to be much concern by anyone around us, it might just seem a little weird. That doesn't mean it's unsafe. As long as you don't close your fist and walk into the thermal vent or whatever.
How are we going to know when to get out?
They said you lean forward, right?
Right, but when?
What floor do we want to go
I was
to?
figuring if we're getting off on floor 1,
Yeah.
then we get in and just start leaning right away, because we're not going to get out where there isn't a door, right?
Yes.
And then once we've done it once or twice, it'll probably feel a lot more normal.
I might need someone's arm. I can't see a thing. Less so than usual.
Yeah, Carlisle will hold his hand out.
We'll hook arms.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
I'll do it. Fine.
Okay.
I mean, I can if you
No, I'll do it.
Be careful.
Literal children are doing it, so I'm sure it's fine.
It's true. Yeah, you do get some youngsters, and you can see where people like some people are holding on to like their younger kids, and they can go up with them and whatnot. So it's it seems to be kind of just fairly simple for them. When you step in, what's the position your hand in?
Oh God.
I'm going to do it so everybody was going in kind of like this. I think Tack will do it like a little bit less than that.
Okay.
Just to go up like a little bit slower than most people are.
Yeah. You'd step in, and immediately you feel weightless, and you feel this like energize going through you. It almost feels like butterflies. And as the magic kind of courses over you, and you find yourself just like your hand is the thing that lifts you, and you find yourself like getting lifted up. You're moving at kind of a slow pace. You realize that it moves a lot slower than what was kind of seemingly from the outside, and you start finding yourself moving up at a slow pace, and you would hear like almost echoing into it as you're gonna get closer to the next layer. And you can see outward as well. You can see everyone, even though it's hard to see into it. You can see outward, and you can feel yourself floating, flying, and you can hear this voice as you start coming up on this layer. It says, "Layer 12, Celera." And like it's almost designed in a way to help you. Yeah. And you start floating. The layer starts coming close to your feet, allowing you to, if you want to drift off.
I lean.
You lean, and you drift. And there's this moment of when you land, you kind of catch yourself a little bit. It's like coming off of an elevator and being like and stopping. And so you get a couple of people who knock into you as they come off, and they're like, kind of frustratingly walk past you. You're almost blocking the kind of one of the entrances out as well when you first step out, so you'd have to slip to the side. But it's designed to be fairly simple using the magic.
Great. I wait for my friends.
Okay. So I should ask.
Who's next?
Yeah, who's going?
Go
I'll
on.
go.
Who's next?
Okay. Bree, how do you do it? I just got a
smirk?
feeling you're going to do a clenched fist.
Well, no.
It's gonna be the bozo.
She's gonna heed caution.
Okay.
She doesn't want to go into a thermal vent. She's gonna try to mimic what Tack did. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
so, like slightly.
You get that same
Yeah.
kind of sensation of flying, but it's like drifting. It's like floating upwards on. You'd probably felt the sensation before.
Yeah.
When flying and going over like a thermal hotspot and that lifting feeling. It's like that, but it courses through your entire body, and it feels warming. And then you hear the level 12 Celera.
Okay, I'll lean forward.
Come off as well, and you see Tack to your side, just out of the way of the entrance. Allowing someone else to come up. I should ask, really, is anyone going to do anything different?
Is anyone gonna be a fucking goofball? Who's taking a dive into the thermal vent?
Oh God, and dying.
No, I don't
No
think.
goofballs.
I don't think Carlisle would like do vertical. I mean, especially with him guiding like Morgane. I think he'd be
True.
pretty careful.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, if you're going up together and guiding each other, you could help drift. Although for you, Morgane, you can see it's almost just as easy to see when you start coming up on the next layer. You can see the veins coming outward, and it's easier to see when you're inside as well. So even though it feels uncomfortable when you first go in, being inside almost feels natural. And you can see when the veins kind of come up of the next layer instruction. You can slip off onto it. And Druster would also do the same coming up with you. Would Desmond do it normally?
Yeah, he wanted to wait for everybody.
Drosser would go into the vent. I think that's what we would do. We'd go straight into the vent.
Well, OLG can feel free to tell us.
Yes.
No? Nothing? Okay.
Okay, I guess.
Yes, I go straight downwards.
She nerded out.
You gotta add deer on the end.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
I'll go
dear.
straight downwards, dear.
So what do you do, Desmond? Are you just doing it normally?
Yeah, he waited for everybody because he's done this before and he wanted to watch everyone else do it in
Yeah.
case somebody else fucked up and it'd be funny. But he goes a little faster than everyone because he likes it,
Yeah, it's like a
but
fun
not
feeling.
like a dangerous speed.
Enough that you're the people. It's almost like walking up an escalator. You kind of zoom out of there and you come out at a good pace and you know immediately to turn off to avoid any of the traffic behind you. But you find yourselves. The traffic on this area seems to be a lot of people who are passing into a military zone because you've just stepped onto Celera being the layer of barracks and whatnot. This feels like you're in a military grounds in general. There's barracks, there's training going on, there's mercenary camps of people who are kind of training together as well. There's all these different kind of military base buildings. There's towers on the side overlooking out into the exterior of Warmsteps in general. And you feel like soldiers who are marching by, some people are just going and joining them, family of them as well, going to their houses. It feels very much like you've come out into kind of like a broader barracks, less so where other people go to. Most people kind of skip this layer. Notably, in this area, you have a few mercenary groups. On any signpost, the kind of most prominent one here would say, kind of like outside, similar to the one that you're looking at on your screens of the Warmsteps one. There'd be one like that. But with Cetera, it does mention Council Representative, the Sentient Arms. Which seems to be the kind of almost the representative of this layer in particular. And you can see where the direction of that building is. The Sentient Arms being one of the mercenary crews here. But otherwise, this is kind of a layer for military.
Should we go up the next floor?
Yeah, let's keep going then.
Okay. Stepping back in, heading up, you'd hear as you come closer to the next layer, Layer 11, Paxu. And as you come on, you'd also notice, by the way, I should say this, when you're on a layer and you look up, you don't see the base of a disc. You see a kind of a full sky where they've mirrored the sky from outside. So you're almost looking at the sky from the top layer, but it's a bit closer. It's almost done as like an illusion effect to make it so you don't feel as claustrophobic. So every layer feels like you're on the top, but you can almost see the edge if you look out, clearly marking that you're not. On this layer, though, when you come out, and they all seem to be kind of almost sound guarded. Like that one had a very militaristic, kind of very tempered tone. You could hear the shouting of orders and whatnot. But this one, as soon as you come out, you can hear the industry of it. You can hear people smithing. You can hear production lines going. You can hear steamworks of these kind of automatons working. This seems to be kind of like an industrial zone. There's warehouses all over the place, automated machinery. You'd see many automatons who walk by, simplistic in their designs. They've kind of almost got like no interior. They're very much bare bones kind of automatons. A few soldier ones, but for the most part, you just see hardworking people moving shipments, coal being moved, or just like various gems or products, or like textiles. And it seems like this is just a massive industrial zone. You'd see the council for this one. It says council representative, the Broken Rock Society, which seems to be kind of like a mining guild off to one side. You'd also see just various warehouses with different ones there. Notably in this area, you'd probably find any industry that any guild that might work on kind of raw materials. I'd also, based on the kind of little map you're looking at, I'm going to say, I mean, because Indrassa would have known this, I'll give you advantage, Desmond. Give me a perception check.
Ooh.
So I'll give you the notable
Perception's
guilds in the
wisdom.
area, like ones which are worth pursuing.
I net 20. Holy moly. Net 20 with a
good
19.
job.
Your eyes would scan over the list of kind of guilds and whatnot and notable ones. And the one that would lock your attention, there's a warehouse belonging to the Guild of Drifting Sparks on this level. Which, if for a reminder for those, that's the one which was researched into as being a place where Desmond came from. Just a warehouse to them, though. That is what Indrassa learned in her previous notes. Their main portion is in Starclock. This is just kind of an external portion of the guild.
Do you all mind if I pop into one of these guilds really quick?
Of course not.
I will be right back. I want Carlisle to head into the Broken Rock Society. I'm going to see if I can ask someone there about Chillstone.
Yeah, you could see immediately when you go into the building, you can see it's like a large warehouse industrial building. There's this really strange corner of it where they have teleportation circles in like almost like a mine shaft looking tunnels to the side when you go in, and you're walking immediately into like a factory building where raw ore is being processed on almost like conveyor belts that they're pushing across, or like people are kind of breaking them down or filtering through to make sure they find any materials. You can see these 3 mine shaft entrances, they're teleportation circles, and people, they have their tracks go over towards it, and they bring their little minecart track onto it, and you see them disappear, teleporting elsewhere. And then some of them come back in with raw material coming through, and they're processing it. It seems like they're teleporting in and out the material. But you see this kind of human walking past. He's got all soot on his face, walking towards the front. You can see anyone that comes in here is usually ordering portions of it or discussing kind of just general factory and warehouse goods. It's not really a place where customers go. So you see this kind of guy walk past and goes, comes back towards the desk at the front and goes, "Yeah, how can I help you? Are you bringing in a shipment? Do you need something? We've got the iron shipment coming down, actually, to Celera tomorrow."
Well, I was actually trying to find someone I could ask about some specific kind of rocks that I'm looking for.
Yeah? What kind of rock are you looking
Specifically,
for?
pale obsidian and cherry stone.
Yeah, I mean, I know some fellas that have mined pale obsidian before, but cherry stone's bloody hard to get. I don't think we're doing any kind of prospects of getting that at the moment. That's
Do
a lot
you
of
know
work.
someone who may know where to find some?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've got all the professionals in here. I mean, I can put you in touch with Gracia. Hold on a second.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, he wanders back into the warehouse. You can hear like a lot of calling back and forth of him, kind of just genuinely asking around. And some people are curious that what he wants, what he wants, what. And then he kind of comes back over to the area, and he goes, "Yeah, I mean, she'll see you. She's up there in her office." And he kind of points up this kind of staircase that leads around the side of the warehouse, and there's almost this overlooking foreman's office at the top with kind of almost like stained glass window.
Okay. Carlisle will try to get this done quick. He probably should have conveyed this to everyone. So he's trying to move quick. Didn't know he'd be getting pulled into someone's office for this inquiry.
It's all good.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. You'd go inside, and let me check something actually really quickly. Yeah, you'd go inside, and just double checking something with this. Yeah, you'd go inside, and there's this elven lady, black hair, that's kind of like straightened, goes all the way down to just like the small of her back. Not an ounce of just dirt or soot on her, wearing kind of all this quilted vest over the top of her, almost all suit-like. And she sits there, quill on her desk, and she looks up and goes, "Are you the one who's looking for cherry stone?"
Yeah, sorry to bother you, ma'am.
"No, please have a seat."
Carlisle, sit down. So, long story short, I'm looking for cherry stone, and from what it seems like, no one really has it on hand. So, if there's any way I could just get direction on where to go to get that, that would be swell.
I can tell you where to find it. We have it in our logs. We know where a source of it is. However, what would be the benefit for us?
Could get more than what I need.
You would mine 2 portions of it, and one of them would be ours?
Sure.
All right. She reaches down. She just starts bringing out like a contract template and starts like writing onto it. Name?
Carlisle Davenport.
Carlisle Davenport. What guild are you part of?
No guild.
No guild?
No guild.
She pulls her quill up now and holds it in her hands and like starts spinning in her fingers. Are you part of a society, a fellowship, some sort of mining group?
Part of an adventuring party.
Adventuring party?
Yeah, the 6.
Roll a persuasion check. You have a +2
put
to
out
this.
flyers, dude.
We did put out flyers.
Did.
You have a +2 to this.
That's a cool 9.
Oh shit.
She looks at you, places the quill down. Adventurers wanting cherry stone. I tell you where it is. You get endorsed by another guild. Even with my contract, you might make it more difficult for me to get my cherry stone. I make a deal with you. I'll tell you the exact location of cherry stone. You'll provide me a portion of it, and you become the official adventuring party of the Broken Rock Society. We endorse.
Oh my.
Damn.
I'm going to need to consult my party with that.
Very well.
So maybe we loop back around on this later, yeah?
Very well. Come to me if you do decide. There'll be many more people looking to bring you under their wing. My
Sounds
offer
good.
is
Thank you for your
a
time.
decent one. Good. All right, I'll have the contracts written up in the meantime. Could you give me the names of everyone
All
else?
I'll give you the names of everyone else when I've gotten to them about this.
Very well. I'll sign you as the leader. And she starts like preparing a contract.
Slay.
Carlisle's
leave.
like,
Carlisle.
decided it, dude. I was
Thrust into this position of power.
Carlisle excused himself and tried to get back to the others. He did not realize he was going to be immediately thrown into signing contracts for this.
Is the Ruptured Glass Guild in this area too?
Not in this area.
Is this where we would find? Okay. So
Yeah, I was
not
trying to
necessarily.
avoid bringing up any of that ruptured glass
Yeah.
stuff in there because I know
Well,
it's
now
kind of
I'm
like
wondering if
cutthroaty.
she might know where mining locations of things might be, as well.
Yeah,
Before we start signing contracts.
exactly. I don't want to burn any fucking
Yeah.
signatures on anything before we know what's going on.
Yeah, smart.
Carlisle will come back to the others, a little bit flustered looking, a little overwhelmed looking.
There.
Well, I went in there to ask about some stone that Vandal said we would need if I'm gonna get another way to bring anyone back if they have an untimely demise. And well, they tried to sign our adventuring party up as the official adventuring party of their guild in exchange for that information, which I declined.
Seems to be moving a bit fast, doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought that would be a quick in and out. They brought me up to an office with a foreman.
Why would they want to sign us when they haven't even met the rest of us or no?
Yes.
Did they know who we were?
Well, I told them we were the 6, and the look they gave me wasn't one of, I don't think they've seen the flyers.
We have flyers?
We do have flyers.
We have flyers now.
Oh no.
Okay, listen. It was a strategic move, all right? But apparently it didn't help, so.
Well, just to catch you all up, since I did not have time, yes, there are 2 ingredients. One is quite good, one is quite okay, to make a new revival tool. Probably something that should be quite high on our list, because if someone were to meet an untimely demise again before that.
Tex shuffles uncomfortably.
Oh.
Yeah, that is a priority. What is the other thing that you need?
Something called obsidian glass, or obsidian,
Pale obsidian?
Sorry. Yeah, pale obsidian. Apparently easier to find, but Vandal assured me that if we were to get cherry stone, it would make a much better item. Of the things that we probably want to put proper effort into, something that will bring someone back to life is probably one of them.
I agree.
Yes.
I don't know. I generally trust your read on people. Do you feel like we should sort of tread cautiously with whatever was going on in there?
I think that given what they explained to us about this place, we certainly shouldn't be signing an exclusivity deal with any guilds right in the door. Especially considering I think I am good enough read to know they did not know who the six were, did not see the flyers. Seemed more like they were trying to take advantage of my bureaucratic naivety.
I see.
But in doing so, they might have shown their hand a little bit. It sounds like they might be kind of desperate for a group to be doing things for them.
Yeah.
And we also have the lady we met at the tunnel.
Yeah.
I'd say we owe her somewhat more of a debt.
Yeah, did you end up asking, I don't know when you were about this, but did you ask her at all if she knows anything about what you're looking
No,
for?
I've not. I found out about this right before we left camp today.
Okay. It's worth
She
asking
did
her then.
say that she would outmatch any offers that we received. So,
That is true.
and warned us not to make any wrong decisions, which felt like a thinly veiled threat.
Yeah, I feel like if I had walked out of that room and said, "Good news, everyone, we are the exclusive."
Guys, we got a sponsor!
We have a sponsor. I think that would have been considered a bad decision. Not that I think we should be restrained in our decisions by any veiled threats from any guild or any folk here.
I agree.
But I do think we should put more time into it than a knee-jerk signature on a piece of paper.
Yeah, they were, did they give you a copy of the contract?
No, they were planning on drafting it up with everyone's names, which I did not give everyone's names upon our return there. So, in hindsight, I'm not probably the best person to be handling these kinds of bureaucratic nonsense on account of the fact I did not ask for the contract back there. So,
Do we know what step our
Ruptured glass is
Yeah.
on? I don't think we do.
Don't think you asked.
Yeah. However, it is the Guild of Ruptured Glass,
Yes.
correct?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. We do not know. But as we are doing every floor, I'm sure we will find it.
yeah,
Eventually.
I mean, are we sure it's not on this floor?
I asked
Carla,
out
I'll
of
take a-
character, but
I can do a quick perception check.
Yeah, you can do
to,
perception
just
check.
See if there's anything that looks
You can
like
ask people. It's all that. Anything you want to look for.
it. 22.
22, you wouldn't see any sign of it when you like walk around and you kind of do like a circle looking at all different buildings and whatnot. You wouldn't see any sign of the Guild of Ruptured Glass here.
are there people walking by us?
Yeah, the whole town is pretty
I
busy.
stop someone.
Okay, yeah. Are you stopping like a guard? Are you stopping like a worker?
Maybe a guard.
Okay, yeah.
Something.
You'd see one of the Warmsteps, just kind of general guards, stops and goes, hello?
The Guild of Ruptured Glass.
Oh, yeah.
Where is it?
You have to go all the way up to layer 2.
Oh wow, it's way
Yeah.
up there.
It's on the
Okay.
floor. The council representatives from layer 2.
The council representatives, you said?
Is there an implied sort of like importance along with how high up, like a
Yeah.
corporation, like the higher up in the building you are, the more sway you have.
One would assume.
You can assume it.
What can you tell me about the Guild of Ruptured Glass?
It's one of the older guilds in the town. The leader, Lady Marela, she has a seat on the council, so she has a decent voice. The layer floor is where some of the older guilds of the entire town are in general. So it's got a long history, lots of wealth, lots of connections in and out of the town. They bring a lot of commerce to the town.
And what does the council do?
Well, the council is a
That she
representative
is a
from every
part
layer.
of.
They vote for, it's a democratic system where each layer votes for a representative to represent their layer. And they decide the functions of the town and from commerce to military to everything going forward. It's a democratic council of 13, though currently a couple less.
Why is that?
Recent misgivings in the town have Mortalum doesn't currently have a representative, as their one was found guilty of some serious accusations.
What accusations?
They were something. What was the kind of magic? I'm not magical. What was the magic again? And you see one of his kind of other guardsmen walks over and goes, "Who? What? Why did Erexil lose his position again? Oh, reality magic. It was the Guild of Kneaded Dough. They were found using reality magic and transformed some people into some nasty things.
We heard
Guild
about
of
that.
Kneaded Dough was using reality magic.
the bread incident. With the...
Oh yeah, you've heard. Yeah, word travels.
That's crazy. Okay, and you said that he mentioned the name Erexis was the one who did it.
Erexil. Erexil.
Okay.
I
Thank
just
you.
hate it when the Guild of Tasty Snacks uses fucking reality magic to make people
I hate
explode.
that.
It's just bread.
Are they turning people into bread?
That's what
No,
they did.
they were using reality magic. Well, maybe.
That is what they did.
that's-
On the word
That's
on
the
the
reality
yeah.
magic that made them bread.
That's fine.
That's so bad.
What? Like, flour can't be that expensive. Come on.
I think it's more about like, the power play of eating people, maybe.
Hiding the bodies. Sweetie
Ooh,
Todd,
that.
let's go. Okay. I have a staring contest with the guard. I'm just kidding. Okay.
He loses.
He immediately looks away.
Yeah, he was very uncomfortable.
Okay. Should we go to the next level then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very curious. It is interesting, just out of character. I'm thinking about how the council is on the second floor, but not the first. What was on the first again when we briefly looked at the thing?
He said the council representatives are the ruptured glass from that floor. Is what he meant by that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is the does the
Ruptured glass
council...
represent floor 2.
Okay,
in
does
the
the council like gather on the first floor, like the top, the tippy top?
You can ask.
We don't know.
Like that's what I'd have to ask. Sorry, and again, what did the infographic say about the top floor for Tessa?
It said that it was the yeah, you did learn it technically from that. You would have learned that it was the
Okay.
The floor where the family of Spectu lives, and then also the council's guild hall.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Okay. Are you going up a floor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Up into floor 11, you'd hear the words layer 11, Paxel. Oh, so that's the one you just came to. Sorry, it'd be layer 10.
Yeah.
Sorry, layer 10, Vigil.
Where are we?
This someone pressed their
Wrong.
you'd come out to layer 10, and it's immediately got a different feel to it from the one below. It is more residential, but far more of a nightlife. This is the entertainment district. So as soon as you come out there, you can hear people walking around. I believe it's quite early on still, so it's a lot of people who are just going out and getting like lunch and kind of buying stuff from taverns. But it seems to be a place where all the kind of like nightlife, almost bars and brothels and whatnot, are closed up right now or quiet right now in their kind of tavern stage. But it seems to be this place would at night be very, very popular. There's theaters as well. You'd see where people are kind of like, you'd see on one of the billboards like showing off our new inventions from this guild, or you'd see one of them is Ale Masters Guild of Excellence shows off the newest brew. And they've kind of got almost theater shows which are almost like it's almost like the Prestige. It's kind of seen as like this, you know, come and see the next thing coming out. Notable places here. One of the most kind of popular of the inn/taverns is called the Goat and Tankard. You have the Ale Masters Guild of Excellence, which you would say is the floor's representative on the council. And another one that would probably be notable by its look is a larger brothel inn that seems to be quite popular. It's kind of built almost on stilts where everything's kind of done on the second floor, and it's kind of almost like an exterior like park on the bottom bit where like the tables are on the outside. And it's called Inn, INN, and Out.
Yep, cute.
Amazing.
Can I get double?
You can go there and order that, but it'll be very different. But that's a brothel. So those are the most notable places on this floor. So, and then there's like theaters and stuff you can go and watch performances.
Okay. Okay. I have nothing here of interest personally yet.
No, me neither.
Okay.
Next floor.
Carlisle's so glad no one wants to dip into another brothel or something. All right, we're good here.
It's that scene of fucking the grandpa Simpson just stepping out and then picking his hat down, puts it back up, and walks straight back into the ley line. You'd hear the words Layer 9, Rixa. This one being a far more kind of modern layer. You can see the building here looks a lot more like they're freshly built. It's large guild halls and shops. It's filled with different kind of places to go shopping, but also to visit the major guilds of the area.
Okay.
One of the ones of those guilds that you'd see, the representative of this floor is the Guild of Celestial Weavers, which seems to be some sort of spell crafting, kind of like magic store in itself. Not magic items, but more of if you look to go and buy scrolls, or if you'd like to go and increase the level of magic you're allowed to cast, or even hire mages. You'd see other notable places. Fortune Favors, which is an adventuring guild. That's also kind of set up. You've got Okra's Guild of Patented Gadgets and Unmatched Artificery. Is kind of like an artificer's store of gadgets and going and buying things there. So it's like a shop. You've got the Beyond Stars Explorers Guild.
That's the beans.
That's the beans.
Oh yeah,
That's
here
the
we
beans
go.
guild.
And those are probably the most notable ones on this floor.
Okay. The guilds here, Explorers Guild, Beyond Stars, I heard word that they were dissecting magic beans.
Oh.
We could potentially procure more. I'm down to 1.
Would you like to get more?
Maybe.
Well,
We can
No harm in
restock
going in.
the beans.
We could stop by. Maybe just
Stop. Bye.
check in. See. She's like trying to contain excitement.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go.
Like she's trying to mask it.
You can see the guild hall.
like an addict of beans over
We
there.
don't have to, but like, did, you know?
You see the guild hall itself is built almost like an observatory, but instead of like the kind of great glass lens, it's almost designed as like a painting showing all the stars in the sky in different kind of formations. The illusions of it actually change to show you different constellations, and it almost looks dark to look at. But upon entering that guild, you can see various people in kind of these like side booths and like this. It seems to be a series of different rooms inside, which are labeled almost like going into a doctor's office. They're labeled by each of the professors here, each of the explorers here, and their own research labs. So the front desk area has a kind of a young half-elf lady who's kind of got her hair tied up, and she's sat there organizing stuff, almost like a secretary at the front. She looks as you come in and says, "Hello, welcome to the Beyond Explorers Guild. How can I help you?"
Magic beans here.
Sorry?
You have magic beans here.
Oh, are you part of Mr. Venderschnaut's research?
She looks a little panicked and looks at her companions.
We were told that potentially there were some experiments happening with beans here. Is that?
Yes, that's
Yes,
Mr.
Mr.
Venderschnaut's area of expertise at the current. He's requested, he's purchasing beans for his experiments, etc. We'd have to double check if they're magical beans, but I can get them out here. I have to warn you that we're not looking for kidney beans, we're not looking for diamond beans, we're not looking for lime beans. It has to be magical beans in particular. She's like reading off like a note. She goes into his name. Please do not waste my time with ulterior beans. They have to be magical. Double check. And it's underlined.
Ulterior beans.
Understood.
Crazy.
Are you sure? Are you looking to buy beans, or you selling? Are you looking to join in the research? What's
Is buying
Maybe-
beans an option?
if he's selling them, any of the defunct ones, I imagine.
Is he here?
May we speak with him?
Yeah, he's inside. Let me. And she pulls on a crystal, and you can see it starts glowing, and you see it glows above his door. And she waits, and it's like almost like awkward silence. She goes, and then the crystal lights up again and like flashes twice. She goes, "Okay, yeah, Mr. Venderschnaut, we'll see you now. Please leave any weapons you've got by the door. They'll be returned to you on your way out."
Thank you.
She just goes back to like organizing stuff, and you can just see she pulls out a book and just starts reading it, not having as much to do. But you see that his office door is over to the left. It's on the bottom floor. It's kind of his lab, allowing you to walk over there.
We'll pop in.
Yeah, we'll pop in.
The moment you go in, you can again like a doctor's office. You hear him go like, "Ayar, come in." You'd see this kind of laboratory that goes in and staircase goes down. Glass window that looks out into the streets, but it's only like a one-way glass. And he's got a series of just kind of like alchemical portions. There seems to be like a well in the center of his room, which he almost keeps as like storage. And you can see it like opens it up. And in kind of like this soft robe that almost fitted to him, you see an extremely skinny, in fact, a stick insect, a phasmida is what they're called here, person.
My God.
He's got a very small kind of face on the end of it, with very tiny little glasses, but he's very thin, and he's just moving some stuff around, vials around, and he goes, "Hello, sir," as he turns around towards all of you. He goes, "Welcome into the Explorers Guild. What have you got for me? I heard of something about the beans."
I have had magic beans in my possession. I have one currently.
Yeah.
I was wondering, do you have more? What do you do here? I heard you were dissecting them.
Yeah, obviously, I'm working on something totally new.
Fuck you.
He looks across,
obviously.
he walks and goes, I've got old beans that do not work with the experiment. I need proper potent beans to make it work. So I can sell you some of them ones, but if you have beans to trade, I'd like to trade.
What? Wait. What makes a bean more or less potent? How can you tell how potent they are?
Duh, is this a magic inside of them? I have a tester.
Okay, settle
Fucking
down.
duh.
We don't know exactly what it is that you do.
Yes,
Could you please
can you
explain
give
to
us
us what
a...
it is that you do?
Yeah, but first
Yes.
of all, how did you get hold of the beans?
I won a contest. Dance
Okay.
contest.
Yeah, Actually, I do not care anymore. But what I am searching right now is the under beanstalk.
The under bean store, is that what you said?
Under beanstalk.
Beanstalk.
Oh, the beanstalk in the Underdeep.
Do you have heard of this? You've seen my research?
No, it's just I'm trying to translate
Yeah.
your accent.
So essentially, what I have conjured up is I am going to create a reversal bean. So beans have a chance of doing different things, and I have the ability to reverse what they do, and I'm going to create the first ever under beanstalk.
I see.
I don't understand what that would accomplish.
So
What? Why? If I
So
might,
that would-
just simply why?
Well,
I have thoughts too, but I'll wait.
they are very rare beans. Beans have a chance to grow into different things, okay? There's a chance that any magical bean can turn into a beanstalk and draw a cloud giant over them, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
This works kind of like a magnet, okay? They bring the cloud over. You got your one-way ticket up to the top. The under
Yes.
beanstalk, when I reverse that magic, will go underground.
Like a plant.
Yeah, it's like a root.
Make a plant.
It's an under beanstalk,
Like a-
but this
If
is
you
what I'm
reverse
naming it.
magic,
It would make a big root like plants do.
Forgive me, but if the magic's reversed, it will just return to a bean.
No, it's not. I'm putting it in simple terms. I'm basically.
So you're not
want it to
reversing the
grow
magic, are you?
down.
You're reversing the polarity of the magic.
What is going
Would
on
there
here?
be
You're entering
space-
into my lab and you're suddenly experts on this? You want a dance competition for the fucking beans, okay? I'm looking to make an under beanstalk, okay, so I can get down to a fog giant.
Down to
A fog giant.
there are.
Yeah. Under fog. There are very rare giants down there. At the top of any cloud giant's castle, they keep on to themselves different goods, different chests, different magical items, all sorts of things to be found. But fog giants very rare. I go down and explore.
What?
So these beans that are not so potent, they are still beans that can be planted. They are still magic beans.
Yeah, they're reversal magical beans. They do the opposite to what they usually do.
Could you tell by looking at the bean I have how potent it is?
Yeah, I could tell which one to go to. Not by looking at it. Silly. I have machine for this, yes.
Will it destroy the bean in the process?
No.
Okay.
It's up to you.
I'm gonna incite that quietly. I just want to make sure that we're not gonna
Okay.
have a really bad
He's
day
just taking
here.
my bean and fucking.
Nat 20.
He doesn't know. He has no idea.
He doesn't know.
What?
You don't know what's gonna happen when you put that bean in the doohickey.
I've not had an under beanstalk bean yet, so this is. It didn't destroy the last ones. It just unlocked them. It
What
might
do
do
you
the
What
same
does
here.
unlocking them mean?
What does that mean
Well,
exactly?
I mean, it points like a little collection, like a little under like a glass container. He's got a series of like 6 beans. Well, I mean, if they are planted now, they do the opposite to what they did before. So it might.
And do you know
So
what
when
they
do you know
do?
what they did before?
because
Because you would need to.
magical beans all have different things they can do. There are thousands of them in the histories. Okay, I've done the research and I've seen different results. So I take a magical bean from the same line and I plant one and I do the test on the other and I get opposite results sometimes.
Sometimes.
Research is about doing the same things and seeing
So-
different results, okay?
Are you saying that you're in possession of a bunch of beans and you know what they do,
Yeah. Well,
but they don't do
Little
what you
bit.
want?
yeah, I've not come
A
across.
little bit.
Not every magical bean can create beanstalk. So, a very potent one can. If I take that, I will reverse it. You following? Under beanstalk.
Okay.
I propose a deal.
Okay. I assumed that was the case. You came into my office, okay?
Well, it was more morbid curiosity that led us here. However, V, what would you say to letting him look at your bean? In exchange, you get to pick some of the beans that he's already identified. And if it's an under beanstalk, we get to go down there.
Hold on. Okay, wait just
Well,
one moment.
Surely you'd need protection.
Yeah. What exactly
okay.
would you do against a fog giant?
Hmm.
I'm very good at blending in. I would hide.
Well, we're very good at killing
Show us.
things, so...
He is a stick, to be fair.
He just stands
Hard
very
to
still.
leave a place with goods if you're hiding.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I would, I don't know, pay someone to come down there with me, but what makes you guys so good?
Yeah, the 6.
Have you seen the flyers?
Oh, yeah, I did see that was we've got it outside in the hallway. That's it, you? Oh.
Yes.
All of persuasion check, you get a +2.
Who's rolling it?
I'd say Morgaine, because
I'm not fucking
did the
rolling again.
negotiation.
Good.
Morgan should
23.
Yeah.
0, 5, or 6 of them.
That's what we put on it?
I didn't make it. But
Yeah,
I
okay.
Really couldn't suggest anything better, to be honest.
We can do that. I will say this though. There is a very small chance if we do it here, and the beanstalk appears, crashes the entire town. Very, very bad for me. So
Been
Sorry,
doing
are you
it here.
So you've been doing it this
no,
whole
no,
time.
no, no.
Knowing that.
I take it outside.
Ah.
How
Okay.
far outside?
I don't know, like 60 feet.
Oh, 60 feet.
That is far enough,
Please
though.
keep safe.
Research team.
Crazy.
This guy.
Well,
we need to get
V,
this guy out of here.
it's your choice, V. I mean, we could let him look at your bean in exchange. Maybe you could pick some that you like that he has.
Yeah,
Where
Figure
do you
out.
get your beans?
from everywhere. I mean, I trade with people. I put out good like good amount of code for it. So
How much do you often pay for one bean?
for a bean, I do 700 gold.
Is that the highest offer we've heard so far? I think it is.
The other offer was 100.
Yeah. Holy shit. Okay.
They'll scam the fuck out of us with those
I know.
beans. Jesus.
Who is curiosity? Who is funding your beanscapade?
I was asking that earlier too.
The Beyond Stars Explorers Guild.
I suppose
Okay.
there's benefit
Well,
to an explorers guild to be able to get beans and know exactly what they do.
Yes, what else are
Yeah,
they going to do with it, I suppose?
This is all part of my research. I mean, the budget has been pretty low recently. Not as much yielding, you know, but I've got high hopes that it's coming in soon.
All right. How many bunk beans, so to speak, do you have right now?
6.
Okay. What do they do?
It depends on what. So I don't know exactly what they do
depends. Ooh, why not?
because
That was what you pitched.
I've got a feeling that
Oh.
it is
It's a
more
feeling.
they have a chance of doing something else, but one of them will grow like fungus under the ground. One of them might maybe possibly create a like a well, I don't
Oh
know
my god,
what.
you don't know, do you? You don't know what anything
I mean,
about.
it depends. Opposite is very difficult with some of them. Okay, there've been some beans that create like bullet. So what is opposite to bullet? I don't know.
Tell you what. Okay.
What if it's just a bullet, but in the ground? Like, have we...
No.
don't know.
They usually draw the bullet up. So maybe bullet fall from sky. I don't know.
How about this?
Holy fuck?
Whatever
This
means
guy
you are
is a
pretty
fuck.
positive about what it's going to do. Bring that
Yeah.
over here.
Okay. He walks over to one of the beans, pulls it out, bring it over. I am
What do
50%
you-
sure I know what this one does.
What do you think that one does?
It rather, well,
This is not inspiring confidence.
Can I insight if it's even 50% sure? at
yeah,
this
you
point?
can.
What is this?
He
22.
he knows roughly what it's gonna do,
Oh my
but he hasn't really
God.
worked out what the opposite means for it.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like we're
So-
in danger being in
Why
this
don't you
room
tell
knowing
us
this guy.
what you know they do, and then we'll
Okay.
decipher the opposite from.
So
Because
this
you're
one
not
in
very good at
here,
that.
very rare. This one here,
Mm.
it is. I mean, in its normal version, would grow a pyramid to explore. So opposite
Right.
of that, ziggurat underground. I don't know.
The
He puts
opposite
that one down,
always just underground.
and he grabs another one. This one created a little campfire with like blue flames on it. So maybe it create cold.
Wait.
We had that one.
Yeah,
You've
did
had
they
one of
dig
those.
it up?
Oh, can you? I don't know if once it's expended, if you
No,
can get
it-
anything from a bean.
I don't know.
They-
That's
they
weird.
have
that
a
they
limited
had
amount
he
of
has the
ones.
same bean as us.
I do wonder where they come from, though. It makes me super curious. Like, where do they come from?
I'm just saying. I think we
Um,
get the upside down pyramid and we explore it.
We don't know that it's an upside down pyramid.
Yeah, we don't. Also,
This guy is an actual hack. I'm
Yes,
just gonna
my
be
word.
honest. Like he doesn't know what's going on.
above board, V just likes having beans as bargaining chips. Like, she's not actually interested in planting them. She never has planted one. She just
Yeah.
likes the bargaining power of them. So,
True. Above board as well. It would be really cool if the last bean we had was actually a beanstalk into an
that
under
would be sick
beanstalk.
as fuck. But what are the chances?
What are the chances?
What are the chances?
What are the chances? Squints at the DM.
What are the chances of that?
Where do
Be such a
beans
cool
come
Christmas
from?
present.
True.
Where do? Wait, you mean like originally?
Yes,
The
the
Feywild,
magic
silly.
ones. Right. From like a beanstalk? Do they just fall off of them?
Yeah.
How does it work?
Yeah. How do you not know this? Of course, it comes from the Feywild. It is great being
Why
stalked.
don't you just go to the Feywilds and get more beans?
Do you not know what protects? How do you not know this much about beans? You carry around so many beans and you come here to me and you act like you don't
We
know.
want a dance contest, I
Yeah,
think
we-
she
we
said.
did.
We
Oh
didn't
yeah,
go
you
on
did say
pickles.
this. You did say this.
Uh,
No, it is
Yes,
protected
you
by
said
great
you would no longer
dragon.
get interested shortly after. Yes.
what would happen if you ate a bean?
Me?
Or anyone. We have someone who eats beans. Magic beans.
Yeah, I mean, if I
Have you
ate
heard
a-
of
a
anything like
bean,
that?
I'd probably die.
Is it a common occurrence to eat magic beans for
Yeah, for
Have you ever
creatures
heard
of
of it?
great power, yeah.
what does it do? Is it just a snack?
Yeah,
Or
it's
does
yummy,
it give
yummy
them
snack.
power?
This is what the dragon does around it. Yummy, yummy.
So there's a beanstalk in the Feywilds
Wilds.
that is guarded by a dragon that eats the beans.
Yeah,
Duh.
this is a fairy
Okay.
dragon.
The doy.
A
Fucking
fairy
duh,
dragon.
he said.
Yeah. But that is dangerous going there. So you can go there, get as many beans as you like, but you'll be munchy by the end of the day. So for now, I'd say 700 gold. I'd get the bean off you.
Let me think about it. You
Yeah,
stay here
okay.
all the time?
Would you know?
Like if we want to find you again.
Yeah, this is
You're
the
here.
best place to find me. But I don't sleep here, silly.
Where do you sleep? She does not see the issue with asking that.
That's one of those questions that you kind of don't ask people like that. Hey, just come.
It can come off.
I am not from
unsettling.
around here. I
Oh, okay.
apologize.
No, this is a.
I do not know proper.
In my bed. Okay, so.
All right. How much do you charge for beans? The bunk beans you're not going to use.
If we wanted to buy.
I'll sell them to you for 300 gold apiece. They are super rare. I made them.
Do you get many people coming in and buying these beans?
No.
Then you should offer a discount.
Roll a persuasion check.
Stupid because we're the six and we have flyers.
Because I just asked where he sleeps.
Sure, you know what? Yeah, you can have a creepy intimidation, sure.
14.
He kind of looks at it. Okay, but we need funding. My budget is low, so...
I thought the guild funds you.
Yeah, they give me a certain amount of budget, but if I don't bring in results, then they get very mad. Yeah, I might drop a little bit.
Here's the thing. We would say, hey, if it turns out that the magic bean that we have is the bean that you need, why don't we just trade you for the beans that you have? But you are not giving us any kind of reassurance, really, that the bean we have isn't going to, I don't know, explode in whatever machine you have. It's
no.
Very unclear.
It's not that it is. How do I say? It might change it. So I could go, oh no, it is not the one you wanted, but here it is back changed. You know?
I guess if you never plan on planting it,
I know.
really.
What if it degrades the quality of it? I guess Vanderwall won't know though. He wouldn't know.
What if this fucking kills him or something?
What if this
Like if we
blows
give him a fucking
Guys.
Eats it. And it
we give him a
changes
bad
for
bean
forever.
and we fucked up.
Oh my god. And you will know what it does for certain after this.
Well, no.
How do you even do that? How you ask us so many incredulous questions. How do you do this? How do you even know? What kind of research are you doing here to be so half certain? We have an excuse. I am not from here. I do not know how these things work.
Why are you coming into my lab?
Slowly puts a hand on Bee's shoulder.
What did I do to get screamed at? I don't know for sure.
You
It
are
is
saying
experimental.
duh and treating us like we are stupid. We are just asking questions.
Well, ask smart questions then, sir.
Well, figure out how your research works then.
I'm trying to. I have a good theory that the fog giant will be revealed if I get the right bean.
I will think about the trade.
Okay.
I did not mean to offend you. I am just confused.
Yeah. I could tell.
Oh.
So condescending as fuck. Maybe we should leave.
If you do
This
so,
has been great.
if you do make the trade though, I'd let you go down the beanstalk.
You would let us.
Yeah, but it had to be under my research. So it would be Hiker Vanderschnat and Z6, not Z6 and Hyper Vanderschnat.
I'm not sure there's going to be a lot of eyes on any trip down into this beanstalk, so I don't think we have to worry too much about the branding of it.
I think that I will get a trophy over in the Temple of the Design, so, you know.
Well,
agree to
currently
disagree.
there's no beanstalk because it seems you can't mind your manners. You've upset V.
He looks
Yeah,
around, like trying to determine who he's upset because he's just oblivious. He
She's like picking at her claws, like
looks at Desmond and goes,
bothered.
"So if I upset you,
Oh,
This guy rolled
like
that one on social perception.
I feel like we could do with a people person in here.
yeah,
Yeah.
she works the desk outside. Talk to her if you want to talk to someone. I
Not
thought
what
you
I
guys
mean.
coming in here to make a deal. You people are so rude. Coming in here like this. If you want to go down to the Underbean Soak, come back, okay?
Don't strain yourself. We'll go.
Yeah, whatever. He kind of turns around, like, and focuses away from you. Just kind of, like, mutters under his breath. Some people, right? Just starts just fucking bitching on his breath on you guys.
Oh, dude, fuck. If we go down that beanstalk with him, hypothetical if, he ain't coming back up. It's just,
no way.
he didn't make it.
We're climbing back up the beanstalk. It's a super successful mission. Morgane just him. Just kicks him to his death.
You have to see him first. Okay, you can hide on the beanstalk really well. Anywhere else you want to go and look around in this level?
I've wasted enough of our time. I'm
No, it was good.
personally.
That was not.
But there's a lot of
waste. That
shops
was-
here, so we could come back and like shop if we need stuff as well. But
We're missing our shopstress, so I think we should save shopping
True.
for next time.
yeah, true.
That's fair. Actually, talking of time, we should take our 5-minute break now before you move up to any more floors. We're about halfway up the old climb, so we'll take a little 5-minute break and then we'll come back with the rest of exploring Warmsteps. It's kind of almost like a side quest gathering moment here, so we'll let you guys get back on with that. So I'll let you go and use loo, get drinks, all that good stuff. We'll be back in 5. So I'll see you guys soon. Hello, chat. Okay, sorry. Longer break than usual. I have to go and feed my cat and whatnot. So I'll tell the group where I'm muting. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry for the long break.
Hey.
Was that a cat? What was that? Was that you saying hello? It was like meow.
Who did that?
No.
I think I
said
know the culprit. No, wait, was that you, Sam?
What?
That was Sam.
I thought it was Dodger. You two are like sounding alike.
My
Dodger's-
vocal range is powerful.
Dodger's muted.
Yeah.
I can sound like anyone here.
Okay, let's hear. Okay, go
Yeah,
around the room.
ain't so
Hold
sure
on a second.
about that,
I'll tell you
dude.
what. If you can give a good impression of at least 3 of the 5 others here, I'll give you free inspiration for today.
Okay,
Huh?
Joe's laugh. That's Joe's laugh.
What is?
He didn't do anything.
Wait, it got noise gated. Trust me, that was perfect.
Okay, no, I'm not going to trust you.
I guess I'll take your word on that.
No, Joe heard my impression of him the other day, and it was spot on.
Was it?
Admit it.
No,
admit it.
I need a council of people here. Okay, go around quickly. Go. Do everyone's voice.
I'm eating right now. I can't.
Okay. No inspiration.
I can't, dude.
I can't do it.
Dude, stop.
Is that your Sam impression now? All right. So bringing it back into things, you guys are all. Are you moving up a floor again?
I believe so.
Yes.
Because we want to come back here.
Can we not just go straight to up to 2, or are we checking every floor?
I think we were just getting a vibe of like the whole place.
You could speed run some of the floors for sure, if that's what you prefer.
You
to
said
do.
we're like halfway up anyway, right?
You're on layer 8 going up now. So yeah, I mean some of them are less filled than others for sure. So I'd say probably halfway in terms of like, unless obviously you start going around to the different places, but it's up to you. You'd go into the central lift and kind of you'd hear layer 8 Ord. Ord is when you come up into it, you immediately don't see the edges. It's the one layer where you feel probably the most claustrophobic. It is houses all adjoined to each other. It looks like you're in a really busy, heavy town. You can hear a lot of people just walking around, selling goods on the streets. Different kind of like bustling houses kind of filled up, little kind of street parties. People just doing their kind of day-to-day wander. This portion of the town is extremely densely populated with like thousands of people. You'd see on the signpost nearby, and you can look through there. The most notable places you could go here are Gil and Co., which is an alchemist guild. You've got some other portions of them. Desmond, I'm going to let you do give me a charisma history check. Because you've been here before. Other than that, though, it's mostly residential on this portion. It's mostly the alchemist guild, which is the most known one.
A dirty 20.
A dirty 20. You'd also know the Cobblers Collective is a. You know that this cobbler-based guild is spoken about more than you'd imagine a shoe shop to be spoken about, and there's almost
What did they do?
They're gonna reality magic people into shoes.
Legit. There was an
It's
old
almost
lady
like a-
who became a shoe.
There's a street reputation for that place being a little bit like more than meets the eye. You don't mess. There's like an old saying here, which is avoid a cobbler when can. Other than that, though, you probably wouldn't find anything of super interest. It's mostly residential here. This is pretty much where you'd go if you want to hunt down individuals as opposed to guilds. Do you want to look around here, or do you want to keep going up?
I want to know why avoid a cobbler is a saying.
I'm curious.
Guys, we can't show up and first thing we do in the place. It's like, don't fuck with them. Is go fuck with them as hard as we can.
No, we're
I think we go up another floor.
Curious. Yeah, we'll go up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You go back into the lift and you hear layer 7, Ven. And in a direct juxtaposition to the previous area, which was loud, bustling town, you've now got a very quiet district with people walking around calmly, and kind of this general means of you realize this is the religious district. This is the temple district. There's a few temples to different gods, but the primary one is to design. The kind of central temple is to the Sunborn design, one of the angelic ones. And you can see it's kind of primary there as a Church of Lux. But the people walking around here, there's a lot of gardens, there's a graveyard. It's kind of quieter, almost like on the outskirts of a town. People keep to themselves. There's a few people just going off and praying. It's definitely the least frequented, especially in the Bay of Progress, where religion is secondary a lot of the time to people's discovery. Like innovation is kind of seen as the paramount thing to put your focus on. But still, because design was one of them, there are people that pay their respects to it. So a quieter portion of the town, for sure. With the Temple of Design being probably the most interesting place you could visit here.
Okay. Yeah, let's go to the Temple of Design, right? Because we might find out something about the vault.
Yeah, maybe so.
Because we don't know exactly where the vault is, right?
We don't.
You just know it's like a little bit west of here.
Right.
Yeah, northwest.
Yeah. Let's go in the temple. Let's see what the vibe is.
So you head over towards the temple and you head inside. And the first thing you'd realize is it feels less like a temple when you go inside and more like a museum. There's glass containers with the names of their inventors all over the place. You've got probably the most notable ones that you'd see around the area. And there's volunteers who walk around and help clean up the grounds, help kind of put down like candles. There's kind of little respects to Design himself. And there's also like a statue of how they would imagine Design to be. It's very angelic, almost this kind of very ethereal form floating with kind of one of their hands. It looks like all the fingers have kind of got almost like Swiss Army knives, where the fingers look like they're all made of different tools and different kind of things to actually create with. But it is depicted as a humanoid. Some of the inventions that you'd see around that are behind like the most probably prolific ones. You'd see the first ley line lens, which underneath reads about how even though the Sunforged was built in Sun's Rest, the lens was designed by the Ruptured Glass Guild, led by Axel Delve at the time.
Okay.
You see a reddened crystal that's like in a circular ball shape called a thermocryst. It's an evocation crystal that's infused with power of a ley line to create and a geyser mixed in. It seems to be like a grenade, and it is created by Fenelon Cassano. You see Quickroot, which is in like a long vial, an alchemical substance that was designed by an alchemist named Leo Obvia, a solution to grow plants extremely quickly. It was believed it could solve hunger, but bureaucracy has held it back from mass use. You see the Lane Line Mapper, invented by Ferman Tax. This device accurately displays the world of Vale and the ley lines that stretch through it, giving life to magic. It seems to be, that one seems to be defunct right now, like it's not working, but it should depict, like an illusion shows almost veins going through the entirety of Vale, the world you're on, with High Loma there to one side. You see the discs as kind of an illusion, a small chunk of one, an illusion of the town there, coming down to the Architect Turanisk. You see the Evergrowth, which seems to be removed from its display case, and a lot of its plaque has kind of been removed as well. But it seems like it was a self-growing piece of bread that could be shaven like a lamb's wool, and now they've removed any sign of it. And probably the last one that is of importance is a Zeppelin-looking illusion, and pieces of it inside, like a small little model of it, which is an airship balloon. The first airship designed to float like a balloon, created by the Thermal Heights Travelers Guild. But other than that, you have like smaller gadget devices, and it feels like it's a museum. Some of the volunteers walk around and wearing kind of robes with kind of symbols of design on them. The kind of Luxian symbol in general, this kind of star depicting the sun in the sky, wrapped around a circular, like almost insignia. But some of the volunteers wander past you. You see one come over and say, "Hello, welcome to the temple." is there anything I can do for you? It's like it's a deep gnome with kind of very softish bluish skin, wearing kind of a long robe that's wrapped around the belt. Looks almost monk-like.
How would we even go asking?
I mean, normies don't know about the vaults, right?
Yeah, they're
That's
not super
just a-
public knowledge. Because in Marigold, did we ask about it in Marigold? I don't remember. Or did we
You didn't.
hear it? We had like a
You learned
clue,
early on
right?
from the Lord there that
Yeah.
helped you.
That's right. Shoot.
Maybe asking about I don't know. I don't know if worship's the right word in this situation, but like if there are places that people pilgrimage to, or I don't know.
Yeah. Because in Marigold, it had their like people all up in it trying to research it. But who's to say everywhere behaves that way about it?
Well, we know, or at least we believe, that design's just in there, right?
I think so. This is the design one, right?
Yeah.
It would make sense. Okay.
So I don't know. Boys, thoughts?
I don't know. It's hard to ask too much
It
without being
is.
like,
Yeah.
hey, do you have the address to the tomb
Yeah.
of like a god? Do you have like the fucking box that you keep the god in?
Yeah.
Directions? Like, we don't want to show our hand by asking
yeah.
insane person questions
Yeah,
at this
exactly.
place.
You could deceive them and act like you've stumbled upon something and see if they like know about it already. Be like, oh yeah, it's this, or there's something
Or
like,
heard a
where
rumor
was
about
it?
it,
Right?
like-
Yeah.
Yeah. We may want to lead with like the rumor side of like we worship design and we wanted to pay respects. We've heard of like a pilgrimage to some sort of like location of vaults. But I don't know. It's like how much do we want to let fly?
Yeah, got any good scenic spots to worship
Yeah.
northwest? Any spots?
And there's no, Joe, there's no like, obviously there's all these like museum-esque conventions, right? But is there like any like aspects of like the religion's history on display that might give us any context clues or anything like that? Or is it more focused on design and designs?
It's mostly focused on design in particular, kind of seeing him as like the prophet of this area. You could definitely ask around about it, but there's probably less plaques to do that. It's more expected you know coming in.
My thought is more so just that like even in Marigold, that wasn't information that like some rando from the church would have conveyed to us. That was like a secret operation
Under lock
by
and key.
the like exactly. So it's like the odds of us walking up to someone here and we're like, you want to give me some hints? And they just be like, what the fuck is this dude talking?
But again, it is a different situation here. If they are like, yeah, these things that were created are because of design, our muse, who we believe we communicate with in XYZ form, then that would be different variables. But we don't need to ask about a vault or a place necessarily to get that information. I guess, yeah, if a person came over to us, Tack would sort of gesture to, the museum-esque qualities of the place that we're in, and say, I've never been in a place of worship that is like this, that has so many things on display. Could you, I don't know, like, what made you guys decide to do that in a place of worship?
Well, it is interesting you ask. It is our belief that design themselves, their focus on mortality was to allow us to grow, allow us to better ourselves consistently. And these are pure examples of the greatness of mortals creating things. We have a tradition here to go to the cliffs of innovation and there call out the name of design and yell Eureka. Whenever we create something that is of great beauty, create something of tomorrow. Each thing here on display is an example of that, from the smallest step forwards to some of the greatest, such as the discs we're standing on. But all of it, every single thing in this hall here, is mortality stepping forward, with the overlooking shoulder of design.
Where are these cliffs of innovation? That sounds like an amazing place to visit.
It is.
Unless people can't just go there, or...
No, there is no... We do not allow building out there. We do not allow people to build towns or structures on it. It is a holy land. You can do research there. There are many who have done pilgrimages up to it, but it is not too far from here, just northwest of the town itself.
Is there any information about... sorry for for all the questions, but is there why that place? Do people feel naturally drawn to be there, or is there a reason to believe that you're closer to design being there?
It is one of belief, more so than evidence and facts as many seek. It is said that if you were to be working on something, you're so close to the ending of your invention, of your innovation. Spending a night on the cliffs of innovation has helped many great artificer and inventor finish their works. It is, to some, they believe it to be coincidence. But we believe that it is design themselves, helping guide those who are envisioning themselves in his image. So, to us, it is a place of great power, great belief, closer to design. But to some, it is a simple tradition to be followed.
Understand. Thank you. I think we're probably just gonna look around, if that's all right.
Of course, that is what this place is for. If you do feel like you wish to give something that you believe betters tomorrow. He turns and continues walking around and helping kind of clean up displays and just kind of calmly sitting down.
It's a place to look into for sure. Okay. If there's anything else that we wanted to ask, or if we think of something, I guess we could just come back.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going up again?
I guess so. Just keep
Okay.
keep going.
As you go up, layer 6, Former. This one seems to be like one of the most standout in terms of its designs. There's a clear function that this must have been the lowest rung at one point, and they believe that may be where the town was going to end, as this is lowest rung, because this is a shipbuilding port. You can see they're building full designs of ships, anywhere from like schooners to like up to like frigates, to like massive ships. They designed the framework here. They've got all shipbuilders and carpentry wandering around these portions here. There's also a military presence. You would see that on this section in particular, you would see the current representatives are the 12 Wars Company. They seem to be the primary representative of this layer. You'd also see the No Stone Unturned Guild, which is a cartography guild as well, which is built here. But it feels almost like you're on the shore, like here. It's very like flat ground. They've barely put any terrain over the disc itself. It looks more like you are stood on the actual metallic disc and wooden kind of platforms. It seems to be very much an industrial, but specifically for shipbuilding and sea right. Nothing really crazy beyond that. Anything you want to look into there or no?
Anyone have any nautical inquiries they want to cover while we're here?
Not at
Can't
present.
say I do.
Alright.
Okay, going up.
Quick turnaround on that one.
Yeah, makes sense. You hear Layer 5, Harvester. Similar to the one below, but far more the opposite effect of just pure terrain. This is the agriculture section. So you see these makeshift farms, which are kind of in their own little greenhouses. You see fishing spots, which are being kind of manufactured and built here, where people are fishing into them and breeding different fish. You see this turns into a fall, like this is where most of the town gets its food. There's menageries of animals and pens. It feels far more like this is the place to go if you want to look into the food portions of the town and in general. You would see the representative of this layer is the Covers Tackle Society, which you met the lord of for that one, or you met the guild master of that one, which is Leperov, the gnome that was alongside Marela in the tent. But that seems probably the only place of interest here other than farmers and general food growing individuals here. Yeah, just tell me if whenever you want to go up. I don't want to interrupt and say...
Back up.
To
We
the
go up.
moon.
To the moon.
Farms.
Layer 4,
Forms.
Victorum. This one, as you get up to this one now, you can see that Victorum is clearly like the shop, the shopping area. However, the one that you were on lower was far more like open shops. This one seems like everything is surrounding this one particular shop in the center called Serpent's Coil, which seems to be the representative of this layer as well. All of the village houses are designed to be shops, making goods from blacksmiths to general stores, to tanneries, etc. But all of these shops seem to not be like open to the public. It seems like they deliver all their stuff to this major shop right in the center, which is Serpent's Coil. That seems to be kind of like the guild center here. So it's almost like they had the entire layer to themselves, which just merchants going through, trading goods with each other, but all of it being transported into this central location. So for the most part, this is a layer that pretty much is owned by one particular guild, a very rich mercantile guild. The only other one that is probably of significant interest is a couple of smaller guilds and whatnot here. But there is one called the Guild of Vast Distances. And so over to the side, it's built into a much larger warehouse. And it seems to contain not only many creatures and stables of different mounts and whatnot you could buy, but also some form of like teleportation circle-based building, where you might travel or send goods. Kind of like a courier's, but on like a much wider scale.
To the moon.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you guys to give me the confirmation whenever you
To
go
the
up.
moon.
Up.
Layer 3, Vitalum. This is the other residential area. However, when you go into this one, you'd see that the houses look a lot older. This looks like this was the original town before it ever started to build on discs. It feels like a busy village, but not nearly as dense as the one much lower. So decent amount of space, a lot of lesser industrial buildings here as well. But for the most part, this feels like you're entering into a village. But with the caveat that if you look far enough off the edge, you can see that this is quite high up now. So it feels like almost like a floating village. On this one, notable places, you've got the Graying Bull, which is a tavern / inn. And you have a place called the First Smithing Guild, which is also the representative of this floor. Other than that, though, it's just a lot of small houses, or even some of the larger estate houses where people have kind of built because they want to be higher up. But it feels like a quieter village.
Hmm.
Is the smithing guild like? Do they have like a storefront?
Yes, yeah. It seems to be like it's like an uglier industrial building close to the center of the town, and it seems like a lot of adjacent smaller workshops are like aligned to this one. It looks like a lot of the portion of the village up here works in tandem with the smithing guild in general. Sells their goods to them, they kind of produce them forward. So yeah, it looks like it's got kind of like many smiths all working in different kind of anvils or in different bellows and furnaces. Kind of like a more a larger scale blacksmiths. Up.
Up.
Going near the top now, you hear layer 2, floor. This layer also seemingly like an old town and village, but it looks like almost like the buildings are uprooted and replanted up here. They almost took the best of the buildings from their greater village and put some of them up here, some of them lower. Which you'll see in the last three, the top 3 layers are very much the original village, just separated into 3 layers. Houses made it to be more of a simplistic manner and design, but it's almost like they've purposely designed them to look rustic. This one seems to have more guilds here. It's another kind of more open to a smaller guilds area and kind of older guilds that might have kind of first formed in the town. The most notable one is the Ruptured Glass Guild, which is the representative of this floor, which has a kind of a glass making factory over to the side. Lots of loud noise coming from it, workers moving in and out. Another one that's pretty interesting here is the Guild of Ancestral Discovery, which is a place where you can go to discover your ancestry.
That's cool.
Neat.
But those are probably the main 2 here.
Hey.
Shall we talk to our girl?
Yeah, probably Marela.
Yeah.
Okay.
Head towards the Ruptured Glass Guild.
Yeah, you could head in, and you'd immediately see going through the doors. You can see it's similar to the one that Carla went into, where it's kind of a larger factory where they're making glass, forming out of sand. You can see these great big sand files, and they're kind of always turning it and transmuting it into glass. They use magic. They use kind of physical, actual elements of just like artificery as well. But you'd see they make window panes. They make colored glass and stained glass. They make glasses for like cutlery and food and anything that you might use it for. They even have like display glass. They have all of these sorts of things just being made here, and then like moved into the back. It seems like a lot of skilled workers, but unlike the one lower down, it seems like everyone here is far more less covered in soot, less covered in like sweat. It's calmer. It's more efficient. There's a lot of magic being used. It's got a very like nice environment inside, and you can see like covering up a lot of the noise. They play almost like this very soft string music that kind of echoes around the entirety of the room. There's almost a kind of a pretentious vibe to this entire place, where everyone feels like they're doing this kind of manual labor, but it's done with such finery, like almost that they've been trained to look like they have manners to what they're doing at the same time. It's all calculated with kind of a greater hall at the back, which has like hallways. The doors are open up. It's got hallways. It's got offices. It's got like rugs kind of following that way around as well. You have someone who comes up with like a quilted like front cover of like the suit, steps up to you. It's like a softish blue. You have this human come up to you, a younger blonde man with kind of hair that's perfectly combed down. He says, "Welcome to the Ruptured Glass Guild. If you have any inquiries about deliveries, you can please come to me. If you have booked in a meeting with one of our representatives, you can come with me as well. Please, what brings you to our location?"
Did we have something? Did she give us something that was like?
She
I'm
told
trying to
us.
remember.
She basically told us that seek her out at her guild. She'll outmatch any offers we receive, and warned us not to make any wrong decisions. I think she has a task in mind for us, probably.
Her name's Marela,
But
right?
also, we could
Marela.
probably ask her about like the stuff that Carlisle was looking for as well.
We were asked to come seek out Marela.
You are the 6. She's
Yes.
expecting you. Please come with me. He turns
Fantastic.
and continues walking
See.
past. And you can see, like, as you're walking past, you see people who kind of get, like, grains of glass. And they cast, like, soft magic into it. And you just see, like, grains of sand. And you can see that kind of they cast soft magic into it. And you can see them go and form into, like, perfect glass, which they kind of blow on and shape. And it seems like everyone here it's a smaller team. Only, like, 30 people who are in here. But they're so much quicker and they're so much more efficient. And they're doing it with magic, creating all of this glass. They kind of wander you through there and pass by, and it's almost like the rugs are also designed in a way that you would watch everyone go by, like it's a show in itself. When you get back to the back hallways, going straight forward up a few stairs, up a long red rug, the doors open, and you can see in this kind of larger office with a long kind of mahogany desk with a kind of a great leathered chair behind it. Stood there by a window that peers out and just kind of leans all over the landscape and over the bay. As you are now all the way up and like 12 floors up, it is pretty damn far in the sky. She stands looking over the entirety of the town and kind of the outskirts. She's got library books in like kind of library cases on all across her walls. She's got little busts and kind of glass chandelier kind of hangs perfectly above. That looks like it's made of like a 100,000 gold worth of just different formed glass. It's an extremely expensive room. And she stands there with a glass of wine in her hand, one hand behind her back. And she turns and looks at you and goes, "Ah, the 6. Please do come in." Perfectly
Comes in.
placed 6 seats as well right in front of her desk. Like she was expecting
Oh,
you.
boy.
We knew we were gonna show up,
Oh
dude.
boy.
Yeah.
"Thank you, Tiles. That'll be all." The man bows his head, closes the door on his way out, and continues walking. And she steps towards her desk. Still holding her wine, she doesn't sit down. "Please, make yourselves at home."
Carlos is done.
Yeah, we said.
She waits before all of you sit, before she sits herself, and places her wine perfectly on a coaster and kind of pulls herself forward. You see her chair's like leathered with like glass lining, almost like it's kind of built like a mirror. And she leans forward and places her hands together, eyes you for a moment. "I'm glad you came. See, I have an offer for you. My wish for your quite effective team to be endorsed by me. I understand that you will have many others looking for you. The word of what you did is already out there, along with..." She like opens her desk and draws out one of the flyers and holds up. "Charming." And she places it back in, kind of closes the desk off. "I told you I'd outmatch anyone, and I would. I have many connections across the bay, many old friends. The Ruptured Glass Guild goes back all the way to the Time of Stars. But I wish for more than just endorsement here. I wish for a favor regardless of your decision there. Or a deal to be made. I will help you if you can help me.
What do you need help with?
Preventing a war.
Oh my.
I don't know how much you know about the last 2 merchant wars, and I know only what I was told. But I believe we're brewing onto a 3rd one. It would be bloody. It would cause the deaths of most people in the bay, as the last one surely did as well. We're talking hundreds of thousands could die if this breaks out again. And I believe it is the starting first beautiful days of pre-war. War is not good for the glass business. It's the first thing to shatter during it and the last thing to be rebuilt. It would not do well for us to go to war. I need you to prevent it before it becomes unpreventable. I need people who are capable, good investigators, and, in a pickle, know how to fight. Thankfully, you have proven that to be true. Our council was made up of 13 individuals, 12 currently, though really only 7 of us matter. The ones who have the most voices are the ones who are currently at each other's throats. They seem to be teaming up in their arguments. Our council meetings have become far more like, how do I put it? Excuses to do violence to one another. Or at least a build-up so that they might have some excuse once the violence begins. And it already has begun. Just not outwardly. There are some small guilds which have gone missing and killed entirely, or shut down and bought out. There are assassinations. There are robberies of an unparalleled degree on the long road. Along other places, warehouses suddenly being set afire. Shipments being intercepted. We are in the colder stages of this Warmsteps war. And it will progress into the Greater Bay if it starts here. Of the council members to watch out for, I believe one of them is trying to, one or more, is trying to incite this violence. I want to know why. I want to know who is behind it.
Do you have any ideas at all?
Well, I have narrowed it down to the 6 greater guilds. At least one of the sides of them is doing something to provoke. They're provoking one another. And it might be all 3 on either side. It might even be all 6. And if it is all 6, then a war is to come anyway. But I'm hoping there is something else here, stirring things. On one side, we have Leprov Weiss, who you previously had the unfortunate meeting. An unfortunate man in his general demeanor. He is the guildmaster of Cova's Tackle Society. He's currently been investing in a lot of smaller guilds, and his issues have been spiraling against Lester Renwench of the First Smithing Guild. And also another gnome, younger, and his family go quite far back inside that guild. They are currently arguing over... Leprov is accusing Lester of hiking up the prices of incoming goods, whereas Lester is accusing Leprov of buying shipments from the City of the Seven, going past many trade contracts. This might not sound exciting to an adventuring crew, but this results in either one of them starting to slowly allow violence to trickle into those affairs and those investigations. Then we have Bestemov von Barla of the Guild of Celestial Weavers. Her and Vaxa de Braun are currently at each other's throats. Both of them immensely wealthy. They run a lot of the mercantile portions of the town in general and across the bay. Bestemov and Vaxa are arguing because of small incursions between some of their external merchants or guilds fighting on and off the roads, accusing one another of interfering with trade. Those ones are directly arguing over the fact that each of their trade caravans are being attacked by one another. I want to know why. Why now? And the final...
What guild was Vaxa de Braun a part of? Sorry, really quick.
The Guild of Celestial Weavers.
That was Bestemov,
sorry.
I thought. What about
That's Bestemov,
Waxer?
yeah. Serpent's
Yeah.
Coil.
I think. Okay.
And the final combatants, Crane Geel of Geel & Co.'s Alchemists Guild, and Kerbal of the sentient arms. Crane accuses Kerbal of bringing criminals and dangerous individuals into his guild, causing more problems across the town, arming dangerous mobs. Kerbal retaliates by claiming that Crane is a criminal himself due to a year he spent in the Dreadvault. Morgan, you would recognize the name Crane Jewel from probably in your younger ages, having spent an entire blessing there, for mixing in dark alchemy. Potions that were totally banned and misuse of it.
Okay.
Crane, for your description, is kind of like a hairless human. They have kind of graying lips from all the potions they drank. One of his eyes is faded to pale. Quite a shrewd, creepy-looking man. But he was let go after the year. It was kind of as a punishment to warn dark alchemists. Now, Leporov, Crane, and Bestamorph have been aiding one another's arguments against Kerbal, Lester, and Vaxa. It is like the two sides, building allies. I am sat there, having to listen to both sides of this, realizing it's going to all spill over soon. And I'm sure one of them is behind it. You see, when these things happen, it is like there is an anger in the air. It is strange. People that I knew to be quite civil, but gold above anything else, have started to allow pride and anger to take over to them. There's a rage among us that is unbounded in the Bay, and especially in Warmsteps. I believe there is influence somewhere, though I cannot prove it. But the most poignant thing to have happened in recent times was 3 weeks ago, when I was away, dealing with the road scenario. A member of the No Stone Unturned Guild was going to come and give a presentation to the council about a major discovery that could alter the Bay forever. 2 days before giving the presentation, he disappeared. His name is Ferman Tax. He's an explorer, a cartographer. When I brought this up, conversation was momentary about it, but quickly they turned to their anger against each other again. Every meeting where we tried to get something done is currently being diverted into the anger, into this hostile disagreements on both sides. I want to know what Farm Attacks found. I want to know if it's relevant. Look into this for me, and you name it. It's yours. Within reason, of course. Meanwhile, feel free to investigate each of those lords I mentioned. The guild masters I mentioned. Play to their whims. Play to their arrogance. I'm sure they'll have work for you.
And you personally have no issues with anyone. Everyone seems to be at each other's throats, but you are just...
I have issues. Absolutely. But I'll be honest with you, my dear. Gold is what beats in my heart. And right now, it is trickling, turning to silver, into copper. And soon, it might not even beat at all. Besides, I'll admit, I grow bored of their conversations. At this point, I'd rather a war break out or one not at all. But to hear about the deplorable nature of them all undermining one another and putting all their focus onto doing so is quite frankly just boring. But yes, I admit, there's a general anger in the Bay in general.
The 13th council member, Alexis,
Yes, excellent.
did they actually do reality magic, or was that another?
They did. They did. One thing you'll learn about the Bay is people will try to get ahead of one another, whatever means necessary. Sometimes the most unlikely people are capable of great things. Yes, I believe that he is currently imprisoned, waiting a dreadful warden or two to come pick them up. And I'm sure once you speak to Mr. Gill, that should put a little bit of fear into his back. Though I don't imagine he'll be coming back anytime soon.
Where would we go about finding clues as to Ferman's location? You said he disappeared.
You can always start with his guild. Perhaps they know something. Personally, I'll be truthful with you. I wish not to look into it with my own people. If I start prying into it, a target will form upon my back.
So you'd like for us to look into this, but not ever make it clear that we are in any way associated with you, correct?
I'd prefer to avoid a cobbler.
Cobbler's a risk around here.
My dears, be wary of anyone that goes to get their shoes fixed, especially one that does so with spite, because they, the cobblers, will fix more than just a shoe.
Oh.
They're like assassins,
Right.
probably, or like the mafia. Like,
Yeah.
damn. Okay.
Probably hitman for hire, right?
Yeah.
Seems like
Do you have any advice regarding guilds asking for contracts of exclusivity with us, and as we're digging around and potentially doing favors to find out more information to help your case, what would you have us do?
Well, of course you'll be sought after. The flies aside, guilds like to... In truth, everyone's looking to find their next harmony's cool. There's an envy there with the Guild of Rhodes. And we often do like to invest in adventurers. So often they fail, but such is the world of investment. However, because of your success, I'm quite a dangerous enemy that has many, many watchers. Word has got out fast, the Six are quite a capable group. Every single one of them will probably try and offer you some form of contract. Some of them will be pathetic, at the very least, but others will be greater temptation. Again, I say I'll double any offer that you are made. If you wish to win the favor, know that these guilds want you more than you want them. They'll act like their endorsement is a gift. But in truth, good adventuring parties are hard to come by. Don't sign anything unless you are really, truly committed to it. Or unless you don't care about the courts. But know your worth. I do.
Ooh.
I believe Carlisle was seeking some information about stone that we need.
I stopped by the Broken Rock Society to ask about a stone or two.
Indeed.
It is going to be relevant. more likely than not for anything that we are doing here.
She raised her hand up.
Because they like.
I imagine the requests of adventurers are quite weird. You don't have to explain that, it will be relevant. You can ask me for whatever you need, and I will understand that I'm probably beyond the question. What is it you're seeking?
We're looking for a cherry stone. I know we're not going to find it up here, but we need to find where we can find one.
Well, you are in luck. We are close to some, though I am surprised that you are searching for one. They are dangerous to find. They find themselves around the fire giants and elementals and whatnot like to find themselves near them. Yes, I could probably find one for you relatively quickly, too. I would not be able to
How
bring
should
it
we
to
find
you.
one of those, the better.
Yes, I have people that will know a location. Though I do not have people that will retrieve one.
That's all
We'll
right.
get it ourselves.
I imagine so. Good. She goes, Giles? The door's open. Upon their leaving, provide them the information to find a cherry stone. A cherry stone, my dear? Bows his head. Yes, my lady. Backs out and closes the door. Interesting. Well, do you have any other further inquiries from me?
What time limit are we on with assisting you?
Hard to say. This is something which has been going on for a little while. That man disappeared 3 weeks ago. However, even the dead talk, just find him.
Where was he last seen?
That is a question you have to ask the guild. I have not investigated it beyond knowing he's disappeared or asking the question at the council meeting. He was quite close to his guild. Cartographers. They like to show off to one another. And do be cautious. If you start looking into the matters of guilds, they will start to get defensive. Every gold coin casts a shadow. Every single one of those guilds will have secrets that they do not want getting out. That is why I believe it is better to keep you on my good side. Is there anything else?
I don't think so. It sounds like we have a lot of people to meet.
Good. Well, in the meanwhile then, if anyone asks, I gave you an endorsement and you refused it.
Understood.
Grand. Do you need a place to stay?
It might be nice to have some sort of lodging here.
Well, then I would recommend rather the Grain Ball or the Goat and Tankard. I will have a word with either one, whichever fits your fancy. Your
What
lodging
floors
will
are
be
they on? Or steps or...
Layer 3 for the Vitellum, whereas so only one floor down. But for the Layer 10 on Vigil for the Goat and Tankard, if you want to be further away.
Might be good to be as far away from you as possible.
My dear, in any other circumstance, I would take offense to that. But that is true.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Very well, I'll have someone talk to the Goat and Tankard. Your rooms will be paid for. Modest rooms, of course. All right. You know where to find me if you need me.
Thank you.
She bows her head, steps up, takes her wine glass, and walks back over towards the window and looks out.
I love that she always dismisses us by being like, anyway.
Yeah, buddy. Also,
Just turning your back to someone to end a conversation.
Literally.
Yeah.
Such a power move.
above board, she's totally gonna have people following us. Because if we fail or let up information, she needs to cover her tracks and have us killed. 100%. So I don't doubt that she's like gonna be aware of anything we get up to now.
Yeah.
Luckily, we have a doctor with disgusting insight and perception.
Yes.
Cool passive 22 perception.
Yeah. Superhuman
The-
passive perception.
No Stone Unturned was the cartography guild that
Yes.
Farming Text
Yeah.
was a part of. Okay. What floor was that on again?
No Stone Unturned was on. Yeah, former. Layer 6.
Everything. Okay.
That's the shipbuilding one.
We could stop there on the way to the tavern, hotel.
Is it a little
And
say other people are watching us or something? Is it a little
Oh,
obvious
right.
to go
Is
straight
it
from
pretty
here
s-
to there?
Yeah, true. Also, we haven't gone to the tippy top yet, have we?
Yeah, I
We
think we
haven't been
should.
to Fortessa. I don't know if we need to.
We could though to as what Tomato is
We
saying is
wanna
kind of like
look
to
like tourists.
yeah, we would like to look like tourists more than like we're here now, we're going immediately to where the missing guy is from.
Well, I'm thinking we could, like, if we act on the guise of doing this cherry stone job, then, and that's like our in to like every conversation, then we look like we're an adventuring guild that's taken a commission.
That's true.
And so then when we ask questions, we can just phrase them in a way of like, this will help us do this thing.
Right.
So I guess let's get the information from the lady outside and then see how we can work it in.
Yeah.
Should be easy to get information on where we need to go and then be like, we map for that.
Yeah. Oh, or we need a boat.
So-
Like, let's go to Forma because we need a boat
Okay.
for a thing.
When you go out into the main hallway, you can see Tiles is kind of talking to someone and gets the information, kind of waits for you at the desk. So when you walk up, it goes, writes down like a little note, takes a bag of coins, which you can see has a good, like, maybe like 10 platinum pieces in it, wraps it up, puts a little like ribbon on it as well, puts the note, and then places it on the desk in front and says, The No Stone Unturned Guild will assist you in locating the Cherry Stone. We have given the location. They'll provide a map of the local area.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
My lady thanks
take
you as well.
The items.
That's literally perfect. Do we want to see what Fortessa is like since we're at the top? Like, when else are we going to go to it?
We're never gonna go to it.
We're never going to go
Yeah,
to it.
do it.
We may
Why
as well
not?
just stop in. We're right there.
Quick in and out.
20-minute
One of
adventure.
these? One of these?
One of these and then full descent.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Opening your palm up a little bit, you zoom upwards, appearing on layer 1, Fortessa. You, as you kind of go up there, you'd immediately get the feeling that you're kind of in a far more political and enriched environment, because similar to the bottom floor, they've got a room where they have guards and they watch anyone who comes up, and they kind of eye you down. They kind of wait at different doorways to allow you to walk through, but they do have kind of this tourist element to it, where some other people do appear up there. Some are going off and delivering like missives and whatnot to the guild lords at the top, but some of them are tourists, like looking to come and see what the top of the Warmsteps is like. When you step out into the actual greater open portions as well, it is a series of like pathways leading off to greater buildings. One of them being a castle, which stands as kind of the castle and keep of House Spectu. Not as much of a defendable castle, more like a homely keep. So it's kind of got this it almost looks like someone's uprooted a keep and just slapped on top of this skyscraper. You are a good like few hundred feet into the sky. if not even higher. And for the first time I've come on the Warmsteps, you're seeing now that the sky itself is real. You're looking over miles of land out away from the Bay of Progress, and it's like beautiful gardens up here that have been like perfectly trimmed. It looks like you're kind of walking around like a Parliament Square. You can see the kind of council halls over to one side. You can see the castle. You can see a couple of the other guild buildings and kind of the head barracks, the head military building. But it seems like this is very much a formulated area with guards walking in formation. No mercenary guards, all guards that belong to the house that owns Warmsteps in general. It's less of a place. It's more of a place where people will go to kind of look at momentarily. But there's no shops, no homes. This is purely political and high-standing people in the town.
Okay.
Okay. And then I guess, where would you head after?
No stone unturned then, yeah?
Yeah. Back down to floor 6.
Okay. Closing your fist very slightly and drifting down there, you go back to layer 6 of Forma and head over towards the No Stone Unturned Guild. Inside, the first thing you'll notice when you first walk in is shaped perfectly into a massive 3D version of High Loma is this great table in the kind of opening hall where someone's like woven wood perfectly to look like this sculpture of the entirety of the continent, with each of the capitals has kind of got its own high-rising buildings, each one of them shaped to look like the kind of formation of each of the towns. You can see where Marigold has its kind of wooden garden of like great garden there. You can see Crown Art Hall sit on its kind of little hilltop. You can even see the land without light is kind of darkened in darkened wood, and they have kind of the hour till dusk structure right in the center of it. But they've perfectly built this massive reconstruction of High Loma that you'd walk around out of just kind of wooden figurines and kind of woven of carpentry. But as you'd walk around there, you can see there's a few cartographers who are walking along. They're kind of checking maps, talking, discussing different things to each other. It seems kind of a bit busy. There's walls of scrolls and different maps kind of located in each of them. They're perfectly organized to say kind of which portions they belong to, and you can see they've all kind of got pins on them. Everything's labeled. It's very, very functional. People kind of rushing around. Almost feels like walking in kind of like a newspaper room with people just kind of darting around, asking people to help them out in different things, working on maps and stuff together. Different kind of cartography rooms and tables where they work, and they're using compasses to draw around them. And less of a front appearance, less of a person coming out to meet and greet you. It's kind of like walking into a library. You'd have to go and kind of seek out someone that you need yourself.
Above board, should we lead with the cherry stone thing, but then how are we gonna casually ask? I mean, I know we're gonna hand over the note and the platinum. Maybe they are already informing them. Maybe the note is like, these are people are gonna look into farm in Texas, just whatever.
I think the implication was that they had somehow already contacted them ahead of time to be like, hi, you're gonna help them when they get there.
I mean, we can check what is the note like enveloped, or is this just like a rolled up note?
Oh, I don't know.
It is just a rolled up note.
Should we have snooped it before entering?
We could still snoop it.
Yeah.
Carlisle could do a quick sleight of hand,
very
undo
quick
and redo.
It says, upon the request of the Rotary Glass Guild and Lady Marela, please provide the location of a cherry stone on behalf of us. And then the platinum just seems to be like a little kind of tip.
Okay. So we may still need to pretend like we know of Farm Attack.
Yeah, he's a buddy of one of ours, or one of our like extended family members. We heard he used to work here. Wondering where he is.
Yeah. Good call.
Kind of deal.
Okay.
Carlisle will try to find someone that doesn't look too busy.
Okay.
To bring this to.
Yeah, you'd see a a kind of a halfling fella is kind of trying to climb up a little ladder. He puts a little scroll back and he climbs it back down, lowers the ladder down. It's kind of a more handheld thing. Kind of picks up and just goes, turns around, kind of sees you. He's got like frothy, kind of brown hair. He goes, "Hello there.
Hi there.
Looking to buy a map?"
Well, we have this note here, but something like that, and I'll bring it over.
Yeah, he takes it. Oh, yeah, we were expecting you. We were told you're coming down. Okay, what's this? A little... Kind of looks at the bag. That's very kind. Send our regards to Lady Marela. And he puts it onto his belt for a second, but you can see he's kind of almost like on the loose end. He's going to pass it on. Aye. They requested that you should speak to our guild master. So, I'll lead you to her. And he kind of wanders into the back room, knocks on the door, and you hear, "Come in, who is it? I've got some guests here for you. They're the ones from the Ruptured Glass Guild." And then the door opens, which you can see almost opens on its own. It's wooden doors, and you can feel them go. Stood in that room as well, with a lot of smaller, like, miniature versions of, like, buildings and different things woven together, is a dark red-haired, kind of very frothy red hair that's curly, freckles all kind of going down her nose and down her cheeks, that seem almost like kind of bright on her cheeks, wearing kind of a garb that is almost elven mixed in with kind of quite natural. It's got a lot of leaves woven into the kind of robe itself. She looks almost like a druid, which you can almost see when she's weaving wood and kind of conjuring wood so it shapes differently on the building. You can see that the map at the front was clearly her work. And she turns ahead and goes, "Hello there. What can I help you with?"
We were sent down here looking for a cherry stone.
Of course you were. I know exactly where one is. I mean, we told the Ruptured Glass Guild it's theirs. But if you want to get to it, it's going to be a little difficult.
We can certainly handle anything that's thrown at us.
That's what she said as well. Okay. Well, she kind of wandered over to the side. She goes, "Oh, where did I put it? Takes out this kind of piece of paper, and then like dips her like finger into ink, and then draws up a little thing herself. An awkward pattern, and then she goes, "Where's the hand back?" And you can see almost like weaves this into kind of like a 3D map of the area, and she goes, "Okay, that's the best I'm gonna remember." Walks over towards you, hands it to you, and goes, "Over to the east, near the mountains, you'll come across this lava flow. And what you're going to need to do is you need to go into the mountain there. And if you follow this down, there should be an accurate road through that mountain down to the caves. You keep following that thing down, you're going to eventually get yourself to a cherry stone. But I will warn you, the last cartographer went down there, nearly didn't come back with their life. At the very least, there's fiery elementals down there, but could be much worse."
All right, noted.
Okay.
Thanks for the heads up.
That's okay. Just head over to the mountains on the east. The closer you are to heat, the closer you are to that. Okay, you just got to follow it into the hills. That cave system there is a little bit confusing, but the path I gave should help. Okay.
Okay. Carl's gonna like look to the others to get an idea of like how we are going to arrive this. Yeah, because it ain't me.
Did Marela mention what race Ferman is?
No.
Shoot. Huh. Also, stares at party member.
Also,
Should
The
be
longer
so
we
bad at it.
stand here, the worse this is. I would like to do a perception check to see if there's any like files, documentation, like clearly like any records of guild stuff, like just in case this goes so bad.
yeah, there definitely is.
valid.
There definitely is. They've definitely got like portions around the room. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay. That is a 23.
23, you would notice that in one of the rooms behind you, one of them did say Ferman's. Like Ferman on the kind of like a little plaque outside. So he has his own little office.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe.
Sorry. Oh.
No, you please.
I was sorry, above board. I was gonna double check. I got distracted by a thing. What is the situation right now? Why are we all awkward?
We want to
We are
ask about
trying
Ferman
to-
tax, but we need a cover story of like,
Yeah,
we
The
person
know
who went
him,
missing.
or like, yeah, the person who went missing. So Marela was like, while she was away dealing with the road, someone from the No Stone Unturned Guild, which we're at right now, was like, I found something that will change the way things work and operate in the Bay of Progress and all of this here. And he was going to give a presentation, and he went missing 2 days prior. And we want to know what he found, what happened to him. But
Yeah.
we need to look into it without raising any like red flags, basically.
If you also make a distraction, I could
You
try
could
to
go
sneak into
sneak
that
in.
office.
Yeah.
So maybe a bit of column A and column B.
I
True.
mean, would it not just make sense to be like, hey, we met him while on the road. Is he here? I think he said that he's
Yeah. I
They
feel like
don't
we could
ask
lead with
any
that.
details about him
Well, yeah,
whatsoever
because what
we
if they
have
think
nothing.
we have something to do with him going missing or something? We could say he came recommended to us by someone we met in our travels, like highly recommended, and to seek him out once we got here, and now we're here.
yeah. Okay.
I mean,
Well,
we could also play the Vault Warden
Ferman.
card.
True. Ferman tax. Right? Joe,
Yep,
that was
Ferman
you.
tax. Yep.
Ferman tax.
okay. By the way, is there a person at this guild named Ferman Tax?
Hey, there is. Well,
Uh,
there was.
What is he not here anymore?
I've not seen the bugger in like 3 weeks.
Oh goodness. Okay. We were told that he would be a good person to know.
I would. He's a bloody good
You have-
cartographer, but I have not seen him in 3 weeks, so
Oh,
you
how
find him,
strange.
you tell him to come back here.
Yeah, we'll do. Do you know where he went last time you saw him?
I mean, last I saw him was rushing off to meet an old friend, he said, at that Iron Ball, the tavern.
Oh.
Said he'd be back tomorrow. Didn't come back the next day. So I suppose he's probably gone off to find I don't know. Or look into a map or something, but he likes to go off on his own sometimes.
So it's kind of normal for him to do this.
And not for 3 weeks, not without any word at all.
Do you have anyone looking into it? Like, is there any sort of person you report something like this to?
No. We let people do whatever they want. If they want to go after their own little map making, they can. We tell them to be safe, but don't have those kind of resources.
I just want Carlisle to start
Are you
quietly
stealthing?
creeping a little bit farther back
Sure.
behind the group here.
Did he live here?
No, I mean, he's got an office here, but he's got a little home. He lives in one of the inns nearby, so.
Okay. I'm so sorry. That must be so strange to have someone go missing like that.
No, it happens. I hope he's well, because cartography can be a dangerous business. You know, you go in places that you're, I mean, as we said, no stone unturned, so, you know, brings you to some of the more dangerous places, but he's smart.
Do you know which inn he lived at? Perhaps we could leave a note for him in case he comes back.
Oh, at the bowl. At the bowl. That's why he's
the
meeting
one
there.
he said he was. I see.
Aye.
I think that's easy enough.
You slip up
Well,
against the
thank
door.
you.
Call. Just ahead, of course. Anything I can do to help, but you let me know if you see him.
Sure, we'll do.
What was your name?
Oh, I'm Hermaine.
24
You've been really
to
helpful,
unlock the
thank
door
you.
and go in.
Of course. She turns around, like, continues doing her work. Anything you need, 24 sleight of hand with your tools. You would unlock the door, and you would notice as well the lock. With a 24, you can see the lock was easier to break because it's already been picked and broken into once.
Oh shit.
Oh
Right.
shit.
Yeah. Carlisle's going to go in pretty quickly. He would assume he doesn't have a lot of time.
Mm-hmm. Give me a stealth check.
Yep. 26.
Okay, you slip into
Your
that room
rolls
like
are
silently.
fucking ridiculous.
So good.
You
Feels
close
good
the
to be a
door.
rogue, dude.
You're immediately in
Yeah.
an office filled with different maps, less organized, Ferman taxes, a little bit all over the place with his maps, but he's got a small little desk. It's almost this kind of round office with a small window that peers out of into the streets. Looks a bit dusted over, and a lot of just sprawled out kind of rolls of maps around the room.
I think knowing that Carlisle's not very good at investigation, I would be more so looking for if someone's been in here before, since I would know that. Any areas where someone may have tried to get to something in this.
Yeah, roll an investigation check for me.
That is a 9.
You start struggling to find anywhere in particular to find any like hidden places that someone might hide something, especially in this kind of like hoarder's room of just like maps thrown across the ground and stuff as well. It looks like he was more disorganized than he was anything being thrown around, because it's kind of like a lot of it is stored up, but some of it is just piled up together in corners. Give me a perception check though.
Okay. 30.
Okay, 30 is crazy. You would see down when you kind of go around the back of the desk, you can see he has one secret drawer right at the bottom beneath the others. It doesn't have a pull-out. It doesn't have a handle to it. You have to kind of push it on the side, which you'd see a small little button that pushes it to unlock it.
Okay, I'll do that.
You would find a couple of notes in there, but like scrawlings and drawings. You'd also find a locket in there.
Okay. Empty this whole secret drawer into bag and
Yes.
Yeah, smart.
Perfect.
close it again. I'm not going to leave it open.
Okay.
The others outside.
Mm-hmm. You go and slip out, move to the others outside. They don't even really notice you've gone in. The lady goes, okay. Oh, see you later. Thanks for coming. And then she closes up her door and continues working.
How'd it go?
How did it go for you? I suppose we should leave first.
Well, someone definitely broke into that office. I couldn't tell if they found what they were looking for, but I did find one thing they didn't find. I didn't have a chance to actually look at any of it, though. I just threw it all into my bag.
All right.
So I suppose we'll look through it together.
We have a next place to head to anyway, so
Right.
yeah, we'll leave.
Okay. With intent on heading towards the Bull Tavern.
Yeah, do we want to go to the Bull Tavern or do we want to go to the place that we're gonna stay at?
I was gonna say, if we do Goat and Tankard, we can go through that stuff that Carlisle just grabbed
Yeah.
in privacy.
Okay.
I think that might be better.
Then you can head on down to the Goat and Tankard. You head down whole shaft. You can hear all the layers as you go past and pull out onto layer 10 Vigil. And after a few hours, you can see it's starting to pick up. People are going into their different taverns and stuff. Work is starting to end as the early afternoon kicks in. And people are kind of like going off drinking. The brothel's opening up, and that's bringing a lot of kind of commerce. And then there's just other portions where people are just heading to. But you'd walk over towards the inn called the Goat and Tankard, which has on its swinging image, you can see it's a goat with its head like into a frothing beer, drinking from it. And you'd go inside, and it feels like you're very kind of classic, a little put together like a little forced rustic. Like it feels like someone has looked at like a tavern they've seen in like a small village and designed it exactly like that. Like everything seems way too placed and well to maintained. The fireplace looks clean despite copying that of that kind of old like red brickery kind of fireplace. And you head in there and you can see it's kind of designed to be like a wraparound tavern where you can go and get your drinks and whatnot. They're serving drinks to different customers, different people sitting down. They've got a whole like balcony area filled with the different rooms you can go and purchase for the night. So yeah, you head on inside. You'd see there's an alacocra, a kind of bird eagle person behind the bar who's serving people. Otherwise, there's someone kind of up on this kind of like small stage playing like a little bit of a like a banjo like instrument, singing like fun little songs that people are joining in on. It's got a good like end of work atmosphere here now, where people are just going to get their like a pint after they've worked for a hard day.
Okay.
I guess we'll go to the front and see if our rooms are ready for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can walk straight up towards where the bartender is. And they go to, oh, just 1 second. Kind of move around, start handing out drinks, and they come back and go, yes.
I believe some rooms were set aside for us.
The 6, right?
Yes.
Okay, yep. Kind of pulls up these 3 keys, puts them up on there. Just pops them onto the front and goes, okay, there'll be the 3 rooms right at the top, furthest along, above the bar.
Thank you. Now we get to do the who's bunking with who? But also, I guess we could just hop into one of these rooms to like
shuffle into one.
Yeah.
Gather around the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can all go into one of the rooms, head in there. It's a pretty modest room. It's got like a decent bed, a little cleaning station, everything, and everything you need. But you'd be able to sit around there. A couple of you get on a chair. Some of you would have to sit on the floor, and then some of you sit on the bed to look around what you found.
Okay. Carlisle empty it all out.
A few notes fall out. A few of his kind of like mapping equipments fall out. The locket falls out as well, which is kind of like a little clasp. The notes have a lot of images on them. Some wording to the side. But yeah, feel free to look through whatever you want.
Oh my god. What's this locket situation?
It is on a chain clasp. There is a rounded kind of like gold locket. It seems to have like a picture probably on the inside. Like a little kind of like watch on the inside as well. Who picks that up?
Oh, I mean, I guess me.
Yeah.
Why'd you ask that?
First owned.
Weird question.
Are you opening it?
I don't think she would think twice.
Can you pick it up? Do you open it?
I didn't think twice about it until you started
look at the
asking.
picture
So
inside?
yeah, I opened
You look deep into
it.
its eyes.
You would open it up. And in the center of the locket's image, you see a gnome. Broad smile on their face. Quite a kind, like almost like a fatherly look to him. He's kind of got like a sweater vest on. Big broad glasses on his eyes. Hair that's kind of like parted because it's pulling into like a widow's peak quite heavily. And he's kind of pushing it forward a little bit. And adjacent to him are 2 automatons. What's quite strange when you look at it is in terms of model and design, it looks as if they were designed to look nearly, not quite identical. One of them more slender, one of them a bit more broad, like Desmond.
Oh.
They've got the same fluid in them. They've got the same design and outlook.
Okay. She's just gonna hand it to Desmond, like feeling like she doesn't want to like out that. She's gonna give him a chance to look at it. You may want to look at this.
Do I glean anything from this?
Do a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Huh? What do you mean saving throw?
What?
Memory
Oh my
access.
God.
You're in
The
big fucking
forbidden
trouble.
Memory.
You're fucked, dude.
Oh,
Wow, I
boy.
16'd it though.
You feel like there is something repressing in you. Like that feeling when you're trying to recall something that's happened. But you can't. And you're trying to remember a face, but you can't. And you're trying to remember a name, but you can't. But something is so familiar about these two individuals.
Oh, my.
Siblings.
Do you mind if I keep this for a bit? I feel like there's something familiar about it. I just don't know yet.
Yeah.
Does it look modified in any way to me? Joe?
I was
Looks like
gonna
it's just
ask.
painted and kind of like drawn in together.
So I wouldn't see anything at all.
It's not magical. It's a keepsake.
I am not familiar with automatons, but they look identical to you.
Generally, they're made with models. If something ain't broke, you don't really fix it, you know?
You should keep it if it feels like there's something to it for you.
Well, thank you.
That points at the gnome might be who we're looking for, though.
Hopefully the rest of these notes will shed some light on that.
The notes, when you look over those, are different. It seems to be research he was looking into. Sporadic, like it's only there to remind him of his stuff. He has, on the notes, a series of just ideas about discovering something in the bay. And one particular one circles a cliff. And he puts the cliffs of innovation.
Oh.
And he has an arrow pointing to it. And in two circles underneath it, both arrows touch the circles and then touch the cliff. And in the top corner, he puts Eureka. There's an element where you discover a Ferman tax could be possibly looking into the vault.
Holy shit.
That's why in tonight's episode, because we're quite late in with the hunt for Ferman tax being on, and also the location of a cherry stone, so you can try and get your speciality item there.
Yeah.
So people don't just die. But thanks everyone for playing.
It's good when they don't die.
Yeah, it's good. It's good when people don't die.
Yeah.
Don't die. Not
Is it?
experience.
But yeah, thanks everyone for playing as per usual. We do have a little bit of a bingo bongo here, so let's schwass over to that.
A bingo bongo.
Yes, we have Warmsteps Cold Hearts as a bingo.
Oh, yeah.
So we had a 30 plus ability check, which we did get. No roll initiative. Paperwork RP. Technically, yeah. Bounty fulfilled. Not yet. That's happening. Your Bastion turn happens during the week. Disguise falls through. No. Splits party from splits and party for stealth. Yes. Performs percussive maintenance. What do
does
they
that
mean by that?
mean?
What do they mean by that?
I don't know what that means.
Fix something by hitting it.
Oh, I see.
Maybe.
I don't think you did this episode.
No.
Hot Spring Sauna, no. Section of Warmsteps closed off due to merch war. No. Nothing you've looked into. Party pulled into conspiracy, yes. TSA bullshit. Technically, yeah, I mean, you guys went through the whole glove thing. Detailed food
Yeah.
description. No food yet. Free magic vision spies something sussy. No. Attempts to
No.
bribe. Did you bribe anyone? I don't think
No.
so, right?
No.
No.
No elemental NPC. That's not OSHA compliant. No, not nat one. I don't know if we had a nat one. No, I don't think we did.
We
so.
didn't.
OG
We did
wasn't
not
here.
have
I'll
that
give it
one.
to you for free just because otherwise it feels unfair. PC commissions an item from shopkeeper. No. D100 roll success. New day didn't come right yet. Tourist trap visited. I don't think so.
Really visit any business?
No, you can't.
Be like,
Not yet.
Not yet. No. Heat friendly outfit shopping. No. Nat 20. Yes. An extremely niche guild tries to recruit PC. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's quite funny. They got on that.
That's so funny.
But otherwise, thanks everyone for playing. We'll do some shouts and then let you all go off. Let's start with Dodger. Go around that way.
Hello, it's me, Dodger. Our kiddo is going back to school, so I can get back to my normal schedule. I'm very excited about that. I've had a blast hanging out with her, but it is time to return to work.
Yeah.
You can find me at Dexbonus on pretty much everything. And also, I mean, Sam's gonna talk about it when we get to him, but he's probably just gonna grunt and not actually say anything. So you know what? Hey, did you guys know that my sweet love Sam is doing a subathon literally right now? We started replaying Until Dawn, which is a playthrough that we did like 8 years ago when we got engaged. So we're gonna try to finish that.
We somehow
while
fucked
his
up in like
subathon's
identical ways and made it.
That's, do you know what I was about to say? I really
8
want to
years
see.
later.
I want to see someone make a cut where they cut like both perspectives and you show like how different it is or how similar it is to your first ever run.
At a certain point, we decided like it would probably be best if whoever was playing a certain section 8 years ago, the other person plays that section, but we are still winding up making
The same, yeah.
choices.
That's
Dude,
so
My
good.
chat watched the VOD like 3 days ago as a night stream, and I bitched about some candles like the second we started, and they were like, "Oh my, did it again." It was just like
That's amazing.
8
That's
years
what I want to
later.
see. I want to see a
Just-
cut down where it goes
fucked.
between them, right? And I
It's
want to
like
see if you
I hate it.
identical.
get scared at the same
Yeah.
points and all that stuff. That'd be so good.
That's so good.
Sam Strippin.
Hi, I'm doing a subathon / merchathon where anyone who buys merch adds to the timer, and I'm on day 7 and I have 8 days left.
You still have 8
But it's
days
going
left.
well. Yeah, it hasn't
it's
moved for
bad.
4 days.
Oh no.
One day I will be free.
Please go and watch his subathon, guys. Go and show him all the support. Tomato.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah,
You never
man.
do. You never fucking
Hot
do.
dog.
You do things. Say, what are you playing this week? Are you playing what? Is there a cool game coming out this week you're playing?
Yes, there is. Tell them about the game.
Those are for children.
Tell about the games. Games are for children.
Games are for kids.
He's out
right.
past
That
that
now.
era.
He's right.
We have a game planned. Tell them.
That was the old me, Sam. I didn't know how to tell you.
He's already changed.
Oh fuck! I'm done with this clown.
Oh yeah.
Bree.
Hello.
You're a big
I am
week.
finally starting my Veilguard playthrough
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yay.
I held off so that my community could experience first without getting spoiled by me. So
Dude,
now
by
I'm
held off,
starting it.
Bree means that she spent 10 hours in
I
was
spent
gonna say.
13 hours in the character creator.
That's so crazy.
Because I'm having a hard time getting the character to look how I thought they were gonna look in my head. Okay? It's driving me fucking insane.
I'm like 3 hours
I
into the
literally
game.
booted it up before D&D this morning to try
keep
again
going.
because I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with
Hey,
how the
I'll say
character
this, by the way.
looks.
Some of the things
Yeah.
you don't like about your character will look better in cutscenes. So you'll be fine.
I'm worried about, no spoilers,
The opposite,
I'm worried
right?
about a different thing that you can't change. A different thing you have to customize in the character creator that you don't see until probably later.
Oh yeah, but you can spoil that.
What are you
That's-
talking about? Just
It's not
say
in the
it.
character creator.
Oh, I don't want to spoil it.
That's not really a spoiler,
I
it's
guess
in the
people have
character
been playing-
creator.
I'm trying to get my Inquisitor to look right, motherfuckers. It doesn't look right. She doesn't
Oh,
look right.
I thought you was gonna say like boobs or something. I don't know. What
No. This is right. It's,
my heart.
by the way, this is literally in the. It's
I would have
It's
no
trying to
issue
get some
saying
parts
yes.
of my character right, but
It's
I
right
won't
there
see
in the
them until
character
I
selection
bone the
before any
character,
cutscene.
like 6 hours in. And, like by then it's too late. Like, what do I do?
First thing you do. One of the first things you do in the game when you boot it up. But yeah, so what
Before
I've been
any
doing
story.
is I've been making my main character how I would want to make my Inquisitor, and then I like just load it in. I have it muted. I have subtitles off. I just like skip through all the cutscenes, just see how her face looks, and then I'm like, nope, I hate it. I quit. I'm insane. I have an issue.
Yeah, that's funny.
We know. But anyways, I'm starting tomorrow. Yay.
Yeah. Shayne.
Hey, I'm Shayne. If I play something, I'll probably just hit randomize appearance like 10 times and then just go. Who cares?
So
We'll
valid.
play a game.
Make a nasty boy.
Who cares?
Two sides of the
Character you
coin.
played before, who cares? Imagine if you had to create Timmy and he didn't look right, okay? Like
You should just make a new character for this.
Wait,
Dragon
is it the Inquisitor that's winding you up the
Sam,
most?
you don't get it.
That's the one that's winding you up.
What do you mean?
Why don't you
I
just
don't
say?
get
Why
it.
don't you say
Sam,
she
you
looks a little bit
never
different? Because there's
understand.
been some years,
'Cause
maybe.
she
I
doesn't
don't know.
even look like the same person. I'm really struggling.
It's totally different art style. You're never gonna get
I'll
it.
send you
I'm
pictures.
so
You're
I'm
never
getting
gonna get it.
confused and overwhelmed.
Look, Bree, I realized it would be futile to recreate my Wilds character in Wild, so I just made a new character.
No.
And now I'm happy.
Sam,
No,
you
no,
don't understand.
No, you.
You literally have
One of
to
the
make
two.
that
One of the two
character.
characters you
It's
make a character
Pipe
creation.
down, Sam. You wouldn't get it.
Sam.
Fucking go here.
One of the two characters you make is the character you played in number 3. So
You
she's
have
trying to
to
remake
make
her character from
them.
number 3.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be
'Cause I
weird for the
just played
continuity of the
it.
story. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Joe,
I get it. But
yeah.
it's a different art
Yeah.
style, so she's going to fail, which is
It's frustrating.
really brilliant.
Cool, and that's my shout out.
Yeah.
Next.
Sorry, Shayne. I'll shut up forever. Don't worry.
OG couldn't make it here, but she does stream sometimes. She has a dog. She'll tweet out some stuff, but she'll be back next week, I think. So we'll see her then, okay? Talking of next week, we couldn't do our Halloween special this week because, I mean, everyone's been so busy. And then also, Michael didn't show up. OG's not here. It's too much going on. So we'll delay that until next week. Do we want to save the themes, or do we say the theme of what we're going for?
I didn't even know there was a theme. What's the
Dude,
theme?
I got
my
bad
God.
news for you,
There's a
dude.
fucking theme?
Regardless of theme, getting anything out where I
That's
am
why
in
I'm
the
saying.
middle of nowhere.
No, it's bad though. It's supposed to be bad
that's
though,
the point.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You.
I'm making mine out of
We'll
cardboard.
give
dude.
it a
Mine's made out of
teaser.
cardboard.
Our theme for next
God,
week
amazing.
is bad monster, right? Like as in cheap, look like a D&D monster. So expect that. So you could go and get a pen, draw something on your face. It can be as cheap as
I'm
that.
wondering if Dodgers is close to mine, if it's made out of cardboard.
I'm curious what you guys get as well, because my one, I'm not made of cardboard, but it's.
Do I even have to dress up?
Yes.
Well, you have to put some effort in, Sam. Okay. I'll
I
tell
can
you
just
what.
not brush my hair and I will look like the thing.
The thing's not a D&D monster.
D&D monsters.
I
Sam.
bet there's something that looks like the thing. in D&D.
If you-
Give me fucking 20
I
minutes.
tell you what. If you do your hair
In
and
the
you look like
compendium.
that tangly, hairy little dude, the Corrid, that you fought on the lake, I'd call that a pass. But you'd have to design your hair to look like that.
There you go.
Shine your
Okay.
hair, Sam.
Yeah, it's true. All right. Other than that, there's a Patreon if you want to see behind the scenes. Otherwise, we'll see you guys for next week for more Sunforged for episode 48. We've got our big guest star stuff coming in soon TM, which will be quite fun. So we'll see you guys for next week. Take care, everyone. Everyone go over towards Sam's one, continue watching the subathon and support him, okay? I'll send everyone there now, but I have to do that. So I'll do that once we shut off, because otherwise I'm going to be lost and everyone's just going to have to stare silently whilst I keep talking like I am now, whilst I'm trying to find the raid button.
Okay, goodbye, everyone. Bye, bye, bye,
Goodbye,
bye, bye, bye,
everyone.
bye, bye, bye.
Come
See you guys.
on,
I'm
man.
so sorry, guys. I'm raid. Strippin.
Oh, jeez.
Gosh. Everyone,
God.
hold your breath. Hold your breath.
I gotta go.
This is crazy.
So I can't even raid him for 3 more seconds.
Oh my
Come
god.
on.
Now. Okay, it's gone. It's gone.